The Lather Games 2021 podcast is filmed in front of a live studio audience. That isn't a joke, it really is. All you had to do was ask to be invited. Oops.
Is it 8-inch tall or 8-inch?
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the official Reddit.com our Wetshaving 2021 podcast, the final episode of 2021. It has been an incredible month, a very long month, and also a short month at the same time. It feels like we were just recording the pilot episode for this year, and it's already time to announce the winners. But we have a lot to talk about before we do that. So hang tight, sit back, grab whatever kind of beverage is appropriate for your age and lifestyle, and get ready because the time has come for the 2021 games to come to an end. I am Steven. I have been kind of the host, if you will, of the podcast. I created the greatest Wetshaving related website since the original Maggard site. And with that, we have been able to run the most seamless, smooth, and problem-free games to date. No thanks to Bourbon and Exile. With me, as always, are the greatest judges of any internet shaving game that have ever existed. I say that with 100% confidence. We have a very huge, packed house tonight, so let's go around the table. Whiskey, welcome back, man.
Thank you. Glad to be back. Glad to be wrapping this up. It's been night and day difference from last year. That revolutionary website that you created really made things better.
I definitely agree. We also have Jeff M 54321.
Oh, happy to be here again. Happy it's ending, and I agree with everything Whiskey said, and Steven agreed with.
We also have the other Jeff, Wise One.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Good to be back on the podcast to wrap things up here. Been a great games. Some amazing things happened, and glad to just wrap it up and see what the results are.
And back with us this week, we have renowned Wetshaving YouTuber who was able to donate his time as a judge this year. You may know him as HD Shaves. Ladies and gentlemen, Visceral Watch.
Hello, everyone. Great to be here for the final podcast. I can't believe it, but we made it, y'all. We finished, and can't wait to see what the results are today.
Excellent. Joining us for the first time this year is another judge who is also a side contest runner. We have the one and only DeGanjo.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy to be here. I can't wait to take part in this exciting and not long podcast.
That's absolutely right. And back with us is a familiar face. We have judge and runner of the Rookie of the Year side contest, Steelers Rock 86.
Hey, how's it going? Hey, appreciate you guys taking some time. Let me ramble about my side contest, and I look forward to being a part of this podcast.
Also joining us this week is IMSMS. Welcome back, dude.
Thanks, man. Good to be back here.
Also with us this week is our first ever, but simultaneously best ever female judge. Adore you. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Great. Thank you so much for joining us. And last but not least, we are pleased to welcome back our rules liaison, who just did an incredible job this year of keeping everybody in line, helping out the judges. USS SpongeBob. What's up, buddy?
Not much. Just sitting around, recording a podcast with a bunch of other shaving nerds. Cool stuff.
Absolutely. So that's our crew for this week. Unfortunately, Ishi couldn't be with us because he has some real life obligations that interfered with this weekend. It is 4th of July holiday weekend, and lots of people are busy out of town, blah, blah, blah. And so I also understand that that's going to delay the announcing of the Excellence in Ship Hosting Awards. So if everybody can, just kind of hang tight on that, it's probably going to be decided a little bit after the actual games are. So, but I know that it is still coming. So before we get into the recap this week, I want to give you guys some parting statistics of stuff that I found really interesting, and I hope you guys will too, just in case you're curious about some of the aspects of participation this year. So in total, the portal recorded 161 people that participated in posting at least one shave, and that includes the judges and myself. And of those, 90 shaved every day, and that's about 56% of the player base. There were 3,279 shaves recorded, which is about 109 per day, which is about close to what we had last year. And overall for the month, the most generous judge was IMSMS. He most liberally gave judge points to people and it was the least likely to disqualify people. And the harshest judge was Visceral Watch, who was the stingiest with his judge points and the most likely to give low scores. But on average, each judge looked at each player multiple times. There were some people that might have gotten, they might have gotten IMSMS more than average or Visceral Watch more than average, but across the entire player base, the randomization algorithm worked out pretty well. And so your judge score, it was influenced by every single judge looking at you. And it seems like that worked out pretty well from what we can tell. Okay, so we had 22 people only who did all 30 of the challenges, which I was surprised by. And so those, the challenges were partial credit. So if you only did 29 challenges, it's not really a huge setback in points. We had 63 people who uploaded a shave of the day photo or video for all 30 days. We counted videos and photos both for that point. We had 82 people, which is about half, who used 29 or more soaps. So either 29 or 30. We had 9 people that used a different brand of soap every day. We had 45 people who used a different splash every day. 31 people used a different fragrance every day. And then only 12 people used a different brush every single day. And 17 people used a different razor every single day. And I think a large part of that might be because we de-incentivized the hardware points this year. So you only get a half a point each for that 30 brushes or a half point for that 30 razors. So it did not have as big of an impact this year.
We also made it harder to cheat.
Yes.
You are
Yeah,
correct.
we had
sir.
Bob.
Bob was in there looking at
Yes.
those pictures every day,
Bob
making sure those pictures
was-
were of what you posted.
A
Yeah,
stickler.
and the nice thing about that is it helped us catch if people, if they maybe they used the wrong thing or they listed the wrong thing but used the correct thing. So we were able to get those a lot of those
Oh, yeah.
corrected
Yeah,
for people.
we
Invaluable.
multi audited these results, and some of you people, you're fortunate.
You
Yeah.
But
should thank
yeah,
specifically
we looked
Steven.
at
but
the data
all of us.
and we looked at the pictures, and when they didn't align, we took a deeper look and tried to figure out what really was going on and gave you the points that you meant to get, but that you screwed yourself out of and you shouldn't have gotten. But
Yeah,
you're welcome.
or if people mess up and put their posts in the wrong thread, or if you forgot to put your lather in your post, the bot doesn't count it because it's like, that's the whole point of doing the shave is that you have a lather. So I reached out to all those people and got those fixed. Initially, we were just going to let it lie, but I whatever. I felt bad.
We're nice.
So
We feel
Yeah.
bad.
yeah.
I think we'll
We
get to
threatened
this.
you all a lot, and 97% of it was right, and the 3% that was
If this
wrong.
was last year, we did not have
saw-
the time or
yeah, we
energy
didn't
to
have-
fix
we had
anything.
the time this year.
Yeah.
But next year we're gonna be meaner.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Probably
yeah.
not.
Probably. But
And I'll tell you all that people are kicking themselves right now. If you made a mistake and we fixed it, and then you went to try and fix it later and make it worse, we're sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're sorry.
I mean, we're pretty smart, and so if we see something weird in there, we investigate it, and you don't need
there were
to.
a couple that we saw how they tried to fix something and they made it worse, and we were like, oh God, no.
Yep. So a couple more statistics. So you might be wondering what it takes to win this year. So in the top 10 players, 9 out of 10 players did all 30 challenges, and 8 out of 10 did all 30 brushes, and only 6 out of the top 10 people used 30 razors. So for the people that say, oh, you can't win the lather games without all this hardware and shit, that's, I mean, pretty conclusively proven here that having the brushes and razors and all the expensive gear is not what makes a winner. Because
Not
this
pay to
year,
play.
like every other year, it's use your sponsors, soaps, and points.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Those
if
are
you
the
have a
two biggest
high effort shave of the day, write a couple paragraphs, get your 3, from us or whatever, and you're gonna be, I don't know, top 20, 30.
Mid-pack.
You're gonna be up there.
I mean, there are people in the top 10 who forgoed, I don't know, a bunch of these bonus points and made up for it with extremely high effort posts, and so their judge points elevated them into the top of the pack. So I hope that that's encouraging to people who are, haters who think you can only win if you have a bunch of gear, but
Yeah.
so
I guess to put it this way, if you have a bunch of gear and like either don't follow themes, or even if you do follow themes, but like don't write anything entertaining or high effort, you're gonna finish lower than someone with one razor, one brush, who like was entertaining all month. So
absolutely.
it's an extra it's just an extra thing in your pocket. If you are contending for the top, it's gonna be an advantage because we're talking like finest of margins, but as far as top 10, top 15, it just doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If you didn't hit, if you're questioning why you finished where you were and you didn't hit every sponsor, that's why. Because I'm looking, and most of the people who hit the prizes, the sponsors. There was a lot of points.
Yes. Speaking of the margin there, so last year, the difference between the top 1 and 2 people, or I guess in the top 3, there was like a 2-point spread. So I think Cosmo had like a perfect score, and the next guy had 1 point less, and the next guy had 1 point less. So this year, across the top 10 players, there was about a 3.5 point spread, but each of the top 10 people were less than a half a point away from each other, which corresponds to 4 judge points spread out across the entire month. So like if one person got 4 5s and the other person got 4 4s out from the judges, then that was enough to change their ranking. But there was only a 1 point spread between the second place and the 8th place. So that means that between second place through 8th place, all those people were more or less tied for the entire month, and their judge average was, I mean, minuscule. We're talking like fractions of a point is what set the order for the top 10 players. So just for this year, if you're in the top 10 and you're like, damn, why didn't I get higher? It's because the top 10 was extremely crowded and competitive. And as you can see from what I told you before about the bonus points, the judge scores were so high in the top 10 that it was like tooth and nail. People were fighting to get place.
You essentially tied almost, like it's super razor thin. Like hats off to all you people.
Thumbs
The
up.
difference between 3 to 10 is
Yeah.
less probably than it's
Hundredths of a
it's
point.
nothing. Yeah, it's just nothing. So
Yeah, so last week on the podcast, we said that we didn't know who was going to win, and we didn't know who was going to be, like, what the order of the top 10 was going to be, because it was literally changing up until the final day. Like, because the margins were so tight, if someone got a 4 instead of a 5 or a 3 instead of a 4, they would drop or go up multiple places. And so it was literally a photo finish. When the final order came in, we were like completely surprised because it had changed so much since day one, when every day we would go in and look at the standings, and then at the end it was just like, oh wow, some of these people came out of nowhere. So it was really, really
Well, yeah, because
impressive.
you had to wait for like certain people to finish their judging of certain
Yeah.
people, for the scores to change or whatever. So
Yeah, that's true.
as the judging came in, it just kept changing.
Right. Awesome. So all that said, let's get into, we have 4 recaps of the last 4 days of just stuff we haven't talked about. We're going to go through it as quick as we can and then get to the results for this year. So first up, we had June 27th was Gourmand Day, and the challenge initially was supposed to be to lather in the kitchen because it's Gourmand Day, but there was some kind of hiccup with the automated thread, and so Rugger Rigger stepped in for us and posted the thread, and he came up with his own challenge instead of, I guess, asking us what it was supposed to be. So he
well,
told people to shave in a hat.
to his credit though, he posted that thread right on time at 3 a.m. Eastern. I don't think there was anyone else to check with or fix it. So hats off to Rugger Rigger for
That's
Oh, for
on.
God's
saving
sake.
the thread that day.
And for everybody that doesn't know, Ruger Rigger has been petitioning the committee for years to get Leather in a Hat Day into the ladder games.
Shaving a hat. I
Shaving
think.
a hat. Yeah, he's shaving a hat has been very important to him, and we ignore him because it's
last
stupid.
year.
No, I don't think it did. Did it
No,
happen?
we've never done it.
No.
We've never caved to his.
You know why? Because people
Did it
shave their
happen last
fucking
year?
head.
I'm pretty sure.
People
I'm
shave
pretty
their
sure it
head.
was a challenge
He
last
tried
year.
hard last year, but I think at the
No.
end, Pooter
Yeah,
was like,
that was my
No,
favorite.
Dude,
that was my
no.
favorite comment.
I have a picture to prove it.
yeah,
It was a challenge last year.
Okay, if you say so.
I don't
swear
believe
to
you.
God.
We don't remember anything last year, though.
Yeah.
You have to realize this.
That there's always a good side about a divorce or a breakup. If Raga Rigger he didn't have that breakup, he probably wouldn't be awake at 3 a.m. Thinking about
Oh
his
my
life
God.
and other things.
Oh my
And
God.
we would miss a day. So that's what karma is. There's always a good side. That's what I keep telling people.
Oh, welcome back, SMS.
Yes, it's for
Good
Savage.
to be back. Good to be back. You see, I haven't lost a single thing.
Okay, so shaving in the hat, we did count that if you did it, and if you shaved in the kitchen, we also counted that. So it was whichever challenge
And
you
if you
saw and
shaved-
did.
If you shaved in a hat in the kitchen, pat on the back.
Yeah. Not
Yeah.
trying to get cute, not trying to cheat anything. Good for you.
Recovering, and that's a winning player.
Yeah. But yeah, what you said, Steven, there, I think my favorite, maybe not my favorite shave, but I came across one that was like, how the hell can I freaking shave my head wearing a hat, you idiots? What is this
Yeah,
challenge? And
come
I just cracked
on.
up
Like, for real,
well,
man.
And then I was just like, well, it's not really a sanctioned challenge. It's not official, but yeah. It was funny.
Yeah.
I'm
So
like, I got nothing. Yeah.
So thanks a lot, Bourbon. We thanks a lot. Okay, so let's see. So on this day, the funniest thing that happened that a lot of us actually saw live was Sugar Daddy. He live streamed most of his shaves this month, and he was live streaming shaving in his kitchen, and his camera fell into his phone, I guess, fell into his sink, his full sink while he was shaving live. Just incredible. We have the
So
video
I
posted
did
here.
not watch that whole thing,
I hope
but
I hope it's time stamped.
I
it's
caught
there.
that timestamp, and
Yes.
hopefully
I
that,
cracked up.
that got hopefully at the timestamp gets the pooter. But that
I hope
was
so. Fell right into the sink of dishes. Clanking
unintentional.
around.
Unintentional shit post.
Those are the best.
But he went, that's what Sugar was doing all month. He was, videos for him is normal. He went live every night or many nights.
Yeah.
You guys should be proud to know that he actually achieved 1,000 subscribers this month.
Nice.
So he can now use his phone to live stream. He doesn't have to hook up his Chromebook to the wall. So that's
is that a perk of
that's a good thing.
1,000? Is that a perk of 1,000?
Yeah. You got to have like 1,000 subscriber to do live
Woo!
stream on YouTube from your phone.
Way to go,
So
Sugar
he got
Daddy.
that. There was
Wow.
a push. He was stuck at a 850. Then there was this push going on for Lather games, and now he's
It's a
at
groundswell of
1.2.
support. That's
Lather
amazing.
games bump.
Lather games, bring so many things.
Once he gets to 4,000,
How many do you have,
start,
Steven?
I have 62,000. Once you get to 4,000, you can
Oh.
monetize your content, and so he'll be able to quit a job and just do this full time.
Yeah,
Nice.
so many Williams to buy, So yeah, he'll do that. We'll get him there. We'll get him there. I have a feeling he'll get to 4,000 this year.
I have a feeling you're right. So the other thing for this day we wanted to call out was that user Eric Tate was he put on one of those huge cat in a hat, red and white striped Dr. Seuss hats, and was shaving in his kitchen, and his neighbor walked by and held solid eye contact with him while he's shaving in this fucking hat, and the image of that I found hilarious.
There were so many people who got caught shaving by their neighbors.
It's definitely the best
On
thing to
day
happen
one.
this year.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and the sponsor for the 27th was Zingari, and she did post keeping up the Soper streak.
Go Soapers. Well
Didn't
done.
format
yay
properly,
Sopers.
but she got a post in.
At least she showed up.
She showed up.
Excellent. So the 28th of June was Influencer Day, where people were asked to shave with something that was gifted to them and pretend to honestly review it, because famously there is a question of whether influencers are honestly reviewing things that they've been given, as though they may have an incentive not to be fully truthful. Now, personally, I never subscribe to that theory, and this is something that the other people came up with. So, and the challenge for this day was kind of a problem, because like our plan when we were writing the challenges was we were going to spend all month coming up with this elaborate way to troll Pyro, because he's always trolling us and always trolling people. And unfortunately, we kind of procrastinated, and so it's like 1 a.m. the night before the 28th, and I was like, "Oh God, what did we tell Bourbon to post for the challenge?" And Bourbon, I was like, "Hey Bourbon, what did we tell you to post?" And he was like, "It just says for everybody to take the day off, which is secret code for trolling Pyro." And I was like, "Yeah, we can't post that. That's not gonna work."
So what we're saying is we low effort trolled Pyro, which is just like Pyro does.
Yeah.
We
So the
winged it.
challenge,
Yeah.
the challenge,
it was the challenge was what? Just basically troll Pyro or what's missing or give a suggestion. Try that
suggestions.
So what
which
was
were
funny
good.
was
Many were good.
he PM'd me early on and was like what the hell is this lame ass chat?
See, I knew as
So-
a software developer, the most annoying thing is when people make suggestions for your software that are stupid, because it's like, yeah, there's probably a reason I'm not fucking doing that. You know what I mean? Like, if it occurred to you, it probably occurred to me too. Now, don't get me wrong. There is a place for good suggestions, and most developers have a place, where you can make feature requests or whatever. But for Try That Soap, I mean, he really does not care what we suggest, because the whole thing is his pet project, and he puts in exactly
cares.
as much work as he wants to. But
He went
he
through all
doesn't.
your suggestions. Don't listen to Steven.
He did. But if you just message him like, "Hey, I got a great idea for Try That Soap. What if it could pick out your clothes too?" It's just like, okay, shut up. Like, I know.
So the biggest suggestion was, I want to take a picture of my shave of the day and have it post, or I want to take a picture of my, my draw and have it populate. I don't know if you all got together or copied each other. That's never happening.
Wait, you want to have it do what now?
Like, take a picture of, like, stack your 7 midnight stags and take
Yeah.
a picture and have that auto populate, and that's all you do.
Oh, dude, no, they
Yeah,
can
good
totally do
luck
that.
with
The cigar
Oh,
app that I
Bart knows he
use,
could
you
do
take
it. Yeah.
cigar
Yeah,
app I
get
use, you
on
take
it.
a picture of the
Get on it,
cigar and it
Pyro.
knows. Like, yeah, dude. It could totally work. Okay, so moving on. So, on this day, let's see. So Ben Esposito from Mammoth posted a really funny guide on how to be an influencer that seemed maybe like it might have hit a little too close to home for him. And you should definitely check that out if you're thinking about becoming famous in the wet shaving world. There's a lot of really useful tips there.
Great tips.
Step-by-step guide.
Brian C23 posted a really funny story that you should read. He bought a soap from someone and was complaining about how the soap smelled like an old lady who was a chain smoker. And the guy was like, oh, actually, I had this soap custom made for me, and it's like my favorite smell. And Brian C was like, oh, fuck, this is very uncomfortable. So Jungilla created this series across several posts that are, and I think this was the first one, but I could be wrong. It could be the day before. That was called Junji, and where he was basically doing an Indiana Jones parody about himself. And this whole series is so incredibly high effort. It's got videos, it's got photos. He has like
Got a guy-
infrared photography.
Yeah.
Breaking into a zoo at night. It's got everything.
Yeah. He went to a zoo at night. He
Mhm.
went to was it a church at night? I mean,
The guy's unhinged.
It was crazy. So definitely check these out.
He might be on acid. I don't know.
He created like
I watched one of those videos. I pulled up one of his posts, and I don't, for some reason, I clicked the video before I started reading. And I'm like, a minute into the video, I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? Let me go back and read. And I was
Yeah.
like, I need to slow down and stop and give this more attention, because I have no idea what's going on here.
Yeah,
But it was
this is
such
some of
high
the
effort.
yeah, it's some of the highest effort shit I've seen. That just for like, it's funny when you think about how much effort they put in for like how many people are actually going to see it. It's not very many people, like. So it's how I feel about the
Whistling
website.
People that watch that video are gonna love it.
Yeah,
whistling the Indiana Jones song was cracking me up.
I was dying. I don't know what it was. Just the whole, what he call himself, like Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
That just like cracked me up.
Jones.
I don't know. It's some stupid little throwaway thing, but I just cracked up.
Yeah.
Like, I started watching the video. I'm like, what the hell does this have to do with shaving? Like, I can read.
I mean, I want to know, did he like criminally break into a zoo, or did someone let him into a zoo? Like, how the fuck did he get into a zoo at midnight? How?
How did he get what looked like city surveillance cam footage on day one?
Dude, I don't know what's going on in Switzerland with their Big Brother system, but he's since
Yeah,
day one, literally day one, he's had that.
Yeah.
that is crazy, dude.
I assumed it was wife taking pictures on the first
Wife?
day. Like they live near
Yeah.
that center in a high
Mm,
floor or something.
Could be. Maybe
But
he works
I
in the
need more
zoo. Maybe
answers.
Yeah,
there's
or
out
a
of this
friend
man.
or something.
maybe there's a
It does-
behind the
yeah.
scene,
It doesn't explain the
behind
fucking
the
zoo,
ladder
though.
games coming.
You know
Yeah.
about that guy, what's his name? Danzila or Zanzila, something, whatever. Anyway,
Yes.
you guys know who I'm talking about. So you see that the guy who makes Tesla or owns the Tesla company, the Elon Musk, he recently said
Yeah.
one thing is that, that I'm a guy that who send people to moon or Mars or making all these electric cars or making all this crazy stuff. Do you think I'm going to? Did you really think that I was going to be a regular usual guy? That was in reference to him being weird or stuff like that. So yeah, before Lather games, I always thought that guy Zanzila or that Swiss guy, he was a little bit weird, or like a bit enthusiastic, a bit more than usual, kind of a bit more than you expect. But now I understand, like the things that
Yeah.
he has done. You have to be able to you have to be on a different gear. You have to be on a different level than
absolutely.
to do what he has done. I mean, I respect the hell out of that. I mean, I appreciate what he
Yeah.
has done. Definitely, most stuff. Yeah. So he's like the Elon Musk of Wetshaving. Yeah, good guy.
Last year we had what the hell did Malthus post last year? Like the Millard Fillmore of soap. This year we have the Elon Musk of wet shaving.
There we go. That's pretty obscure there, but yeah, right
Some
on.
guy. You remember some guy from Cleveland? That was my favorite
will
moment
never-
last year.
Oh my goodness.
Some of those Malthus posts last year.
Oh man.
Hey, you know what? I didn't read enough Malthus this year, and I'm gonna go back when I have more time and read more Malthus.
Using the portal, just straight up drop down Malthus shaves.
I'm just gonna go
There
to his
you go.
Reddit. Just go to his Reddit profile and read Malthus
But
posts.
then you got to parse
The
through all the
portal
other
would be
comments.
easier.
and-
You know what? Is there ever a bad Malthus comment?
So the last thing we wanted to call out on this day was pretty crazy in its own way. So our Chewbacca went to the park and surveyed people on which of his soaps scents they preferred, which is just the most outlandish thing I could think to do in public related to shaving.
Downright dangerous.
Yeah, like
You get punched in the
hey,
face.
will you smell this and tell me what you think about it? I don't know, man. Like, but he specifically
Yeah.
wrote on his sign. On his sign, he said that he's not sus, so everybody knew where he stands.
That
so,
cracked me up.
Not
Just-
us.
incredible, man. The pictures
It's
of
the
him
little
there,
things. So
Hilarious.
often.
pictures of him doing it, like looking like a like the people that recruit for like environmentalist causes or like selling Girl Scout cookies and stuff, and he's just there like, "Will you smell my soap?" Just fucking too much.
Oh, it looked official. Yeah. Forget who that one guy is with the change my mind sign, but it's kind of like that.
Yeah. So the 29th of June was .rip day, where people had to use a discontinued brand of soap or whatever for their lather, and the challenge was to pour one out for our homie Friedberg by lathering with either alcohol or splash bloomed in your soap. And the sponsor for this day was Southern Witchcrafts, specifically the portion of Southern Witchcrafts that is not me, Courtney, my partner in crime. And people did not really like this challenge. I got the impression.
So we'll get to
That was the
Courtney
best
later.
part.
But So this challenge, I don't know, whatever. But this one made me the shaving in the kitchen people did it, and I was like, this is awesome. So many people. And there was an out there, right? You could have dumped a little witch hazel in there or something. So many people were putting alcohol and not even in bowls, just dumping it in the tub.
You
You're
can
all
scoop
awesome.
it.
You're all awesome. Everybody who
Yeah.
did, especially everybody who did the kitchen, go back to day one. The outside, the kitchen, and the alcohol. You're incredibly good sports, and
Yeah.
we greatly appreciate you putting up
I,
with our nonsense.
I loved everybody that was. I mean, people are using rare discontinued stuff and then dumping the splash directly on top of it. Like, you did not have to do that, but I'm so glad that you did because it's so much fun.
There
to
were
just-
pictures. There were videos. They did it. Even
So-
Hyva did it. Hyva did it.
So
mean,
I
really-
think this
If you're not actually dumping it into the tub, are you really blooming the soap, or are you just mixing soap
I
and
guess.
alcohol
They followed
in a bowl?
directions.
Yeah, well done. But so this was the one I think that stood out in my mind where I read so much protest. I don't know if there was another challenge where it's like,
Yeah.
hell no, I'm not doing that. The hell's wrong with you? You guys could have. What were you thinking? Why would we do this? It might have been a little bit planned to watch you squirm, maybe. It could have been coincidence, I guess. I guess it could have been coincidence
Second to last day, maybe. Maybe.
that, we just would have you, pour alcohol on your most treasured soaps. But anyway, it was hilarious. It worked out better than I would have ever imagined. I pounded hard for this theme to be
Yeah,
included,
that was
and
that was
there was
this
a
was
lot of pushback on it.
your
You didn't
idea.
sell him out.
So
I'll
go ahead. I'll sell myself out because this
I'll
was
take
one that,
ownership. Pooter had opening the shave outside.
yeah.
I will definitely take ownership of the kitchen day.
I
We
will.
didn't
I'm a
sell him
big.
out on
yeah.
alcohol day, but this was all whiskey.
I'm a big Menace to Society, Boys to the Hood, that genre of movie from the '90s. And pouring one out, Rip Day, it just made sense. And then the wheels were spinning. I'm like, this is basically on Obtainium Day. Although you could have some like old trash stuff sitting around like Mason Boutique or something that you don't really like or care for. That's just not around. But like I was thinking like Bufflehead, like, and I was a little bit disappointed that nobody
APR. A lot of
APR,
people
yeah,
use that.
like nobody went to the store and got like a 40 or some old English and poured that. I was pretty
That would have been the
disappointed.
best.
Said nobody.
Yeah. So
40.
so shame on all you people for all of your creativity and everything amazing that you did, the whole games that like blew our minds, to not even get like the token what you pour out when someone
just wanted-
dies.
The icing on the cake for this day, and full credit to Pooter for completely tying it together, was the blooming with Friedberg, who's against blooming, who I think he replied to every goddamn post. He was hilarious.
He was becoming unhinged. That was
He-
amazing.
He made that thread. It was like, stop it, stop it, stop it. It was just, he was mortified that we did this to him or to you. It was
Yeah.
he definite credit to him for being a really good sport that day and spending a lot of time responding.
Yeah, I had nothing to do with the thought of, condenser or Friedberg, whatever. My mind was totally on, rip, pour one out. What do you do when you lose someone? You pour one out. So
Throwing
do
out
it.
for the homies.
Yeah,
Who ain't
exactly.
here.
So
Yeah, that was, and he quit. He's gone.
But I was kind of disappointed at my buddy Major Min Smith, because I was really expecting something, a bit more courageous from him. He just poured on some whiskey, I think, on his show, but I was really expecting like, he would be naked in a bathtub full of alcohol, shaving his something. I don't know. I was really hoping for that. Hey man, good for you. I think he mentioned that he was burnt out by the time that this theme came, but otherwise, I mean, I'm fairly sure that if it was like the first or second day, we would see him, taking a bath in a big pool of alcohol while shaving his pubes or something like that, something close to the genital region, like where it really stings. I mean, I think that would be great for him. Like that would really, that would really put him in the place and in the zone. So maybe next time we can move this day
Move
to
it
a
up.
little bit in
All right.
the
Yeah,
front. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
good idea. That's a great,
Yeah,
yeah,
mama.
just
Yeah,
specifically
like
for this reason, I guess.
specifically for
Be
these
careful.
reasons.
Be
Yeah, you
careful
want to
what you
help
wish
that
for.
man. You want to help that guy, right? I mean, he put on a lot of effort, but by the time it was what, the 29th or 28th, something like that. It was really late, so my man couldn't do anything extravagant. So I really wish we had scheduled this day a lot earlier. He would have really gone for it. But yeah, next time, hopefully.
Well, thanks for that visual. So let's talk about the posts. So the first thing we wanted to call out, Dr. Roeder used the the liquid like slush he made from blooming with alcohol. He like decanted the soap and alcohol mixture and turned it into an aftershave, which looked pretty disgusting, I admit. So take a look at that, and I would say probably don't try this at home if you're curious. Um,
It looked
impressive,
interesting.
yeah. Impressive Donut 114 shaved with Everclear, and it had really interesting effects on the lather. And he gave kind of a play-by-play of it that was pretty funny to read. But I think the too long didn't read is don't fucking bloom with Everclear. It does not
you,
work.
you don't say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a shave or two like that where it's like, I used this before, it was kind of all right, and then I bloomed this with alcohol, and I don't know what was wrong. The lather was so thin, nothing I did helped. It's like, well, no shit. Like,
Yeah, I had
Yeah.
some people though. Like the one that caught my eye was Hiva. Hiva's homemade. It was like, yeah, I didn't notice really any difference. And you look at his picture, and he put like 4 drops of aftershave in there. Like really?
Oh
Like,
yeah,
you
yeah.
think that's gonna create a difference? Like,
He's
come on.
he's very much a like how little can I put into this uncomfortable thing to make it
To get
palatable,
away
you
with
know?
it.
Yeah, yeah. That's
Definitely.
it's pretty classic.
he lawyered it, is what you're saying.
Classic
It's like
Iva.
Yeah.
it was fine. I don't know what the big deal is. Like, wait,
But he did
really?
it. So good,
He did
good
it.
sport.
Pat
He's
on
a
the
good
back.
sport.
Yeah. Let's see. Gingilla continued with the Indiana Jones story, and it gets crazier. So check those out. I mean, there's really nothing I could say about it that would do it any level of justice. Art Chewbacca had some. He basically created like fake tweets from various individuals that were commenting on the games, like including like Gilbert Gottfried, who was our special guest on the show 2 weeks ago, and they were funny. But he also shaved with beer and coffee separately, I guess, as bloom materials to compare the performance of each one as a blooming medium. And I admire that level of scientific dedication, even if it was probably completely pointless. Probably the highest effort thing for the day, or one of the highest effort things for the day, Nonsense of Sight, who we've talked about a few times. He created an entire choose your own adventure story that is half Dungeons and Dragons, half wet shaving. And he actually made a subreddit for it where you go there and you play the game like on Reddit by clicking through, you select, your actions, and then the story unfolds depending on your choices. And it's extremely well done, very well thought out, and it's actually fun. And so if you haven't checked
And,
this out,
a lot of people played, and I mean, the absolute best part was Scott from Declaration Grooming played, and died by getting bitten by biters.
Death by biters. That's amazing.
Yep. So if you haven't checked it out,
Yeah,
the Reddit, we're going to link to it, but the link is reddit.com/r/badgerblade and dragons. So check that out.
And Scott's post was
Yeah.
declaration and mittens, bitten to death.
Okay, so the final post to call out for this day was from my girlfriend Courtney, Kenzie Cat. She recorded and wrote up a sugar daddy parody where she dubbed herself Splenda Mommy, which some people needed to have explained to them why she was called that. But just an entire video kind of like riffing on Sugar Daddy's method and how he kind of tends to make very long videos and he's very methodical and precise. And we had a lot of fun making that. And since I am controlling what posts make it into the write-up, you are all going to go and read my girlfriend's post and watch this video because we spent fucking
God damn it.
all day
Yeah.
on it. Go watch it. It was funny.
Now to
That's
be yeah.
incredible.
SMS, I haven't spoken to you. Did you see this video?
He's messing with his mic. But to be completely fair and objective, it was an amazing video.
It was very
Several
high
lulls
production.
were had.
It was
the-
so good.
The
Second
microscope on the
Yeah.
rusty blade and the blood in the bath and the chip clip and just
Yeah.
many
Yeah.
there were many parts, many one-liners in there that were just, kind of made you chuckle.
Top notch
I didn't go back. I saw it early and I didn't go back and read some of the
I
comments.
think
Do you
I-
know has Sugar's seen it?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
haven't
He did.
seen his
No.
reaction if he did.
So he
Did he?
commented on
Okay.
the post and he did it like a 10-minute segment in his video about it. So
That's amazing.
yeah, he seemed to really
Awesome.
like it. I mean, she sat down and watched like several hours of his videos to prepare for
Oh
that,
my.
and
my.
because she wanted to get it exactly right, and
I
she
think
wanted
my
to
favorite-
do it justice.
Well,
So
hang on. We have an expert here. Visceral Watch, was it on point?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it was. You could really tell that she got the eccentricities, if you will, and Sugar really, he really liked it. Also, he was chuffed to bits, as they say.
I think my favorite part, which is like totally her and not a parody, I don't think, of Sugar Daddy's like personality or anything of his videos, was her getting the water temperature just right and just like blowing a gasket about that water temperature. I think that's the part that caught me.
the funny thing is
funniest.
that the
like,
so
This better
I
be
go-
the right fucking temperature. Or I'm not fucking around with you. Just like ready
Dude,
to
so-
stab somebody.
the funny thing is that she keeps that thermometer in the bathroom for her bathwater temperature. That is not a fucking Sugar
So
Daddy
she's
parody.
legit.
That's real. Yeah, that's real.
Oh, so that's scary then. This isn't funny. I shouldn't laugh.
No, you should still laugh
Yeah.
because I mean the attention to detail aspect of that, of like, it has to be right, maybe is a Sugar Daddy thing,
Is it
but she keeps that in
108?
there to
Is that-
check it.
Is that what she's saying? Was it 108? Is that right?
Yeah,
108. Yeah, 108 degrees.
every time. Yeah.
Yeah, that's she's not playing with that. You better get that bathwater better come correct. So
So I
I doubt
want to know, like, when she went and took a whiff of the stuff to see how it smelled and just visually recoiled from it, was
Oh
that
God.
fine acting, or was it really as horrendous as it looks like it smelled?
So like we actually mixed masculine musk, Santa's pipe, and strawberry soy protein shake, and it was disgusting. It smelled like strawberries and cum. She was too polite to say it on the video,
Oh,
but like
Wow.
those things do not combine well. It was horrible.
Nasty.
Yeah, the strawberry soylent smells really bad. Like she'll drink it and then, come in for a smooch or whatever, and I'm like, oh, that strawberry stuff smells like really bad. But when you combine the masculine musk, like it's not a scent that I really care for because it smells like a sweaty
no amount
dude.
of Santa's pipe will save that.
No. And so the just the combined smell, we were both gagging. And the thing is, she filled up the bathtub with it, and so it fucking lingered for days. And it's just
Lingers, man.
luckily my
Oh,
house cleaners came
gross.
and got rid of it, but like holy crap, dude, not a good combination at all. But the lather was amazing. Like all the alcohol things people used kills the lather, but Soylent, it made super god tier lather, like 120 shave score lather. It was insane.
Lather booster.
Well, I mean, if you look at all the work that goes into developing milk-based soaps because it makes such good soap and such good lather, I guess you can just lather with, a milk
Wow.
substitute.
For the modern method shaver, I guess. Wow.
Ugh. Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah. Strawberry milk, honestly, I think someone should look into using that. Or even chocolate milk. I wouldn't be surprised. But the Soylent, like, but the combination of the smells was just horrible. But I'm so glad that I kept those samples for the last few years, for this perfect opportunity.
You know who else would keep those forever for whatever opportunity?
Mm-hmm.
Sugar Daddy.
Sugar Daddy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In that way, we honor him. So the final day of Lather Games that we will talk about this year was June 30th. Fall out of Lather Games, where people had to use fall or autumn scented things, or things that are based on holidays that occur during the fall and not the winter or summer or spring. And the challenge was to suggest who you think would or should win each of the various contests that took place this year. And the sponsor for this day, the featured sponsor, was Chiseled Face, who did post. And so that means that apparently every single soaper who was a featured sponsor or a highlighted sponsor posted. So congratulations to the soapers.
Good job, soapers.
Although I think 2 of them did not bother to use soap.
It doesn't really matter, does it?
I mean,
It's the thought
does
that
that mean
counts,
they know
right?
something we don't?
It means that they are just, they're burnt out. I don't know
What
what else you can
what
say.
did what did Ron call it?
Dihydrogen monoxide.
Yeah. Yeah.
The water thing, yeah. So
Yeah.
they're burnt out on soap. I think it's too much of a good thing.
Yep. We had a bunch of songs on this day, so I'm just going to link to them. I'm going to call them out real quick. Impressive Donut 114 did a Grateful Dead cover. Glink 48 did an original a cappella song in his car. I think it was an original, not a cover. Chef Kool-Aid covered Gangster's Paradise, which is well worth checking out as well. And Maricus did the end of the games as we know it, which I think is REM originally. And
Yep.
then, so all those, it ended the song posts on a really high note, which is great. The songs was a new thing for us, and it was a welcome addition this year. Every single person that posted songs, you guys like are in a league of your own, man, putting in that level of effort. So,
But they couldn't pour out a frickin' 40 malt liquor on the
yeah.
29th. Or 28th.
We
No, it
saw
was the 29th. Yeah, come on, guys.
Yeah. We also saw the end of the chicken egg saga with Pork. He did a final post and video ending his little series about the chicken eggs and stuff.
Some reveals in that, yeah. Should we talk about it?
Evidently,
Mhm.
so it seems like Ben from Mammoth created the chicken egg scent and sent Pork the ingredients to cook the soap, which he did in his crock pot, and he distributed it to the other players who were using it. Did I get all that right?
I think
Pretty
so.
much, yeah. It's kind of a HelloFresh type of make your own soap kit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was kind of neat to see Ben, for people who have been out of the loop on the whole troll, meme, I guess, with the chicken eggs. it was all began from trolling Ben, and then it kind of came full circle when Pork kind of co-opted it, the meme, and did it, but then he got Ben, the person who was trolled, then got back into it to troll all of us with it. Kind of neat to see it come full circle like that.
Yeah, definitely. That was a crazy reveal at the end there.
And speaking of crazy reveals, something that absolutely no one saw coming. So Sandman Zero, apparently all month long, every single paragraph that he wrote, the first letter of that paragraph spelled out, or the words, sorry, not the letters, the first word of every paragraph for all of his 30 posts spelled out the lyrics to Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley. And he posted a video showing his posts in time with the song lyrics. Like, as they're happening in the music video, he had his posts on screen showing how he did that. And
So
God, dude, I felt so dumb
it
for missing that.
no. So here's what I'm gonna say in defense of the judges. There was no way we could have known. There's no way.
That's false. But when
The
I saw this,
error
I did
is
not believe it.
on the players. Everybody else who was reading and scrolling and commenting every day,
No.
you should have, especially the people on IRC.
Yeah, like nobody caught
Should
on.
have told us.
Nobody's following like
Nobody
one
told
guy
us.
all month long and seeing every single post. But like I looked back at him, I'm like, this didn't happen. No. And I audited some of those posts. I'm like, holy hell, it is right there in front of us. And then I was like, okay, well, clearly I didn't miss these. It's probably these other idiots, I would have seen it. So I went back and I'm like, which ones did I judge? And then I found one where it was like, never gonna give you up. And I'm like, well, yeah, I guess I missed the most obvious part.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, fire hose, right? First of all, you're looking at 10, 15 a day, and how many did you go back and look at how many times over the month did you get him?
I think I had him 3 times.
Yeah,
if
so
I'm not mistaken.
And
you're off
maybe
the
one
hook,
or
right?
two.
I'm not, but I mean that's the thing. It was brilliant though. Like because
It was.
someone
See,
else
that's
pointed out like, the formatting. Why didn't that tip you off? It's like because everybody formats in their own little special way. Not everybody does, a 5 to 7 sentences per paragraph with a, line
Yeah.
break. It's like everybody does their own thing and it's just lather games and people are, trying to break up subjects.
a lot of the formatting just, if people did weird formatting
it
things and
gets
we missed it, I'm sorry,
screwy.
it didn't come over to the portal. A lot of it.
Right.
It
Yeah,
just
but
came in.
between new Reddit, old Reddit, the portal,
I
translating
fault.
Markdown, try that soap translating Markdown, like who knows how it comes out.
I did want to mention one thing about the Sandman post. At the start of the video, he's got the Star Wars crawl, and at one point it says, a band of fierce shavers led by the USS SpongeBob, and then he goes, "Oh my God, we're all so fucked," right?
That was.
And
I almost. That was. If that stopped
but
there, it was awesome.
Yeah, so the Star Wars post intro was like amazing. I thought, well, this is an amazing shit post, and then the Rickroll just blew my mind.
Yeah.
Okay, but here's where I'm going with this.
Crazy.
So he in his text post said, "Sorry, USS SpongeBob, it's all in good fun." But when he first posted his link to his YouTube video, the URL was just https://youtube.com with about 10 U's in it. And the link is broken, obviously. And there's no video for me to see, so I just posted. I was like, I must be missing the joke here. What's going on? And within about 2 minutes, the whole post is taken down and it just says, "Experiencing technical difficulties. Hold, please." And if he hadn't flagged me to say, "Hey, no hard feelings, man," and I hadn't been like, "Where's the joke?" He might not have remembered. He might not have realized that the video wasn't even up.
Can you say
we would
where's
have
the
all
joke?
lost out on all that.
That was. I mean, I don't know, man. It's hard to pick a favorite
I was
post
so
for the month.
confused.
But
I was
that
searching
one,
so hard
that
for
one
an
is
in-joke or something.
That's a strong contender for my favorite post of the month. There was a lot of good
It's
ones.
up there.
Yeah,
I think
Yeah.
I laughed so hard,
It
man.
was.
Yeah.
Whether
That
it's
was
fair
one
or
of
not, it's a Hall of
You gotta,
Famer.
you gotta go back. The funny thing for me, when after I got past the Star Wars thing, which was good enough, and I'm like, man, he probably planned this out, and he was doing this all month, giggling to himself. Like I was like this is a pyro level. This is what pyro aspires to be,
I
right?
love the long cons. So anyway, yeah, we have no control over the shit posting awards. None of us do anything other than just mark posts if we think they're shit posts. But that one was like my of the month. That was like I remember where I was like reading it and just like my mind was like the Star Wars intro was great. Like it was written out like hilariously. It was a shit post on its own.
It was.
And it was like epic shit post was the title, and I'm like, okay, yeah, like maybe fool yourself. I don't know what's in store for us. This is pretty good though. But then when it got to that, I just like that didn't just happen. It was just like you didn't believe that and it felt like as a judge who's read, every post assigned to me, like it felt like it happened to me.
It
Like,
was there's
it's like
some
you pulled one
posts
over on me. Holy shit.
there's some posts that I see that I immediately, as I'm looking at them, check to see if Pooter's active on IRC. So I can like immediately get it to him. I mean, there's not a ton of them. There's like 10, all month. That it's like as I'm reading it, I'm like, where the fuck is Pooter?
Yep. I think the only other one I do remember is also a freaking Rickroll. Like, can we bury this already? But Maricus, he did his opera. Like, I studied opera forever and wrote up all his opera parody lyrics, and then did a Rickroll, and it's like, oh my gosh. But
Is it too late to mention the BVSA Pike code
from 2 years ago? Did he do it again?
He had another code that he revealed on the 30th.
Oh, I totally missed that.
Did we all miss it? Are we all idiots?
Basically, no one had figured it out, and then he came into IRC and said, like, nobody figured it out. I did this code, nobody got it, and then Misplaced Texan said, oh, give me 5 minutes.
Okay.
And then 5 minutes later, he said, I got it. And I was like, is Misplaced Texan some sort of undercover FBI guy that just knows how to do this? And it was revealed that the blade usage corresponded to a letter in the alphabet. Apparently, it's pretty straightforward. There's some special name for it. If one of y'all knows, feel free to chime in. But
is it like a letter
that was
in the
sort of cool.
Every
Yeah, but there's like a specific code term for it when you assign a number to a letter.
Okay.
I feel like this is something SMS should know.
Is it
No,
alphanumeric?
Is it substitution cipher? Is
but
that
there was no
cipher.
There you go, cipher. Cipher. That's the word.
There is no
Cipher
judge.
is a generic word though. But anyway, yeah, that's
It'd be like an A1Z26 cipher.
Yeah, I would have never caught this one either.
There is no judge to flag. It was as appropriate. We just missed it in the write-up.
Yeah, that was real subtle though. I mean, I thought the Rick Astley was pretty subtle when you look back at it.
Oh, there was no way we were getting that. Come on.
No, I looked at there were posts I looked at and I'm like, yeah, even knowing that it happened, I'm not recognizing these lyrics.
Were they back to him for a second? Were the words bolded at all or anything, or was it just
no? It was just it was the number of blade usages. That was
we're
it.
We're not that smart.
No, we're not that smart. We didn't look at that stuff. We were judging like your write up.
Yeah, I'm not looking for trolls. You got to put as Pyro will tell you, if you're gonna troll, you got to be more obvious than that.
But I don't know. I think Sandman did it perfectly because it was right there in front of us.
It was that video was the payoff. I mean, that's
it was not subtle. It was not a subtle troll. If you knew it was there.
What's nice is, and I'll speak for Pooter a little bit, is it's not, it's not the whole month, right? It's one post. The way he did that video, looking back at all of his posts, was freaking perfect.
Yeah.
He didn't just say like go back and look at it. The video showed it, so he encompassed the whole month in one post.
Well,
Right.
and he said that
Shooter can
I mean,
do
that
as
was
he wants to with that.
and that was his first video editing project. So apparently, it took him something like 10 hours to put it together, and he just had to spend 10 hours listening to Rick Astley.
So really,
over
he
and over
killed
and over
himself
as he
on that,
timed
which is
shit
kind of
up.
the best part. That's
Yeah.
the best part of this all.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. I've got something. So my buddy Measurements Mint. So I do have to do a shout out to him. So before that, I have to give you like a history lesson in rap music. So when it first started by Rakim and the guys, the rhymes were like potato and tomato, like it's immediately. And then you got to the 90s and everything, so the rhymes were like every other line or something like that. So the first line will end up with a say Scott, and the third line will end up with a bot. So it's like a 101 rhyme. So it become all more and more complex by the age. For example, now Kendrick Lamar usually goes like 4 lines, then the rhyme comes back in, and 5 lines, then the rhyme comes back in. So Major Mincemeat, so he did like a rap on the last day of the Lather Games, where in this rap verse, he basically gave a shout out to everyone. He also gave a shout out to me and my wife. He was gracious enough to remind that we accidentally saw his dick on our big TV. So I'm really glad that he reminded us of that. But the thing is that since he's like a next age rapper, none of his sentences have any rhyme to it, because it will end next year. So next year when he'll give all the descriptions of all, or the shout outs of all the Lather Games participants, it will end the rhyme. And another thing I want to give a shout out to him is that that like have you guys seen his like t-shirt collection, like all 29 of them? Like he used a unique t-shirt in each of his
Some
I
shapes.
think we
days there
talked
was
about
no
that
shirt.
podcast last week.
That's why 29, man. I mean, that's why 29. So like that one episode where he was naked, but otherwise he had a unique t-shirt on each of his
No,
shaves.
I saw at least 2 where he wasn't wearing a shirt.
Yeah, I might have missed that.
Dinosaur costume, I guess.
You missed those SMS? I don't
Were
know.
you seeking these out?
No, dinosaur. You have to consider that a t-shirt. It's like a one-piece t-shirt. I mean, it's a t-shirt if you think about it. It just covers your legs as well, and your other spaces. So, but the thing is that so you have to appreciate his t-shirt game, like except from that one where he was naked. I mean, those t-shirts were excellent. Like it brings happiness in me as a judge, like that people get so much out of these games. It's really happened. I'm really happy for him, Major Smith. I mean, kudos to him for showing us all those t-shirts and reminding us of the things that happened in last year. That was really therapeutic. So yeah, I mean, I gotta give a shout out to my man, Major Smith.
Why do I get the feeling? I mean, I'm gonna edit this part out.
Was-
Why do I get the feeling that this isn't sincere?
It is sincere. I have
Okay,
watched
okay.
all of his videos.
All of
Really?
his
However
videos.
traumatic that was for me. Yeah, somebody texted me that he gave me a shout out in his last video, so I just went ahead and watched every one of them.
Fucking
It's
ice
really-
block.
I'll
Fucking
have
ice
to watch
block.
Yeah.
that one.
Wow.
Yeah, no, don't cut this out, Stephen. I mean, I am really happy for him that he found all these interesting ideas to do in this Lather Games. It's a sad thing that I'm not in the same country as Major Mincemeat anymore. But other than that, it's really great. Other than that, it's really great. Man. Really appreciate him.
Did you have like a rap for us, or was that just?
I don't. I mean, I don't anymore. I wish I had. It's just that it's really early in the morning here, man. I mean, I just woke up. Like I said, in Europe, it's really early in the morning. So I woke up. I don't have any rap for you.
What we'd like to do now is hear from your friendly Pyro. He is the creator and runner of trythatsoap.com, which is a completely just invaluable tool that we always rely on for the games and honestly day to day in our lives for finding out what are the notes in that soap. I smell something. What is it? Oh, I'm going to go to trythatsoap.com and look it up. Okay, here we go. I see what it is. And he is a longtime contributor to the community and a huge asset. I think we would all agree. And so this year, Pyro, what did you have going on that if people didn't know about it?
Before we get into that, I need to express my displeasure with your intro where you said that your shaving portal was the best thing since Maggers. While I have no doubt that it helped, Try That Soap is far superior to your silly little shaving portal. You all can touch things manually for all I care.
I think all the judges can vouch that. I don't. How many errors did we find yesterday?
I think the portal is the best wet shaving website since Try That Soap.
There you
I
go.
think it's more accurate.
See, I would have accepted that, but that's not what he said. So now I'm just
No.
going to sit here and drink my whiskey and be grumpy because I feel personally attacked.
Well, it's just,
Well,
you
we're
know,
doing our
I
job.
had
Right.
to, on a number of occasions this year, and I'm not pointing any fingers, I'm not saying this is anybody's fault, but on a number of occasions this year, I had to go in and edit my database records for the soaps and aftershaves and fragrances that people used because the website that they relied on to populate that data, which is actually the same website that you're affiliated with, trythatsoap.com, had a number of errors that would have led to those players having inaccurate scores.
Jerry, Jerry.
I mean,
I
this sounds more
also-
like a you problem than a me problem, but
I also want to point out there were a lot of people who were imitating the Try That Soap formatting, but weren't actually copying and pasting the right names and stuff. And that, oh man, that was a pain in the ass to look stuff up every time I had to look up some obscure soap.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We did what we could to accommodate that, but we're honestly much better off having had that tool. We have talked in mandating the use of it, and I think this year it really made it clear why. And it's because not only was I relying on the bot to pull in the names of things like I did previously, but this year, I mean, the bot was pulling in entire Reddit posts, and it wasn't like at the end of the day we would go and pull all the Reddit posts, and so if someone changed something after the fact, it's not like I was monitoring all 3,000 shaves to see, so it really needed to be right the first time, and for the people that use Try That Soap, and when the entries were correct, it made things way easier. But it's like anything else. If you're relying on user submitted data, it's going to be inherently inaccurate
And people were
have
even
some margin of
relying.
error.
People were even relying on his tags of if it was a season or seasonal, whatever.
Oh, that's a bad decision.
You think? You think so?
All right. So this year, I decided to try and bring some fundraising and charity work into Lather games. So one of my favorite parts of just our wet shaving community in general is just how generous everyone is. And while this originally started as an elaborate plot to get all of you to look at it OnlyFans on your work computers, that didn't work for various reasons, and so I had to kind of pivot. And right before the game started, I was like, "Oh well, I'll just say that I'm going to donate for $1 for everyone that completes all 30 challenges." Kind of like the laps that you would run when you were in elementary school, and you would go ask your neighbors to pledge a dime per lap, and then you'd run 3 laps because you're not very athletic. But so I posted that, and I was just like, "Oh, this will be cool," and maybe 1 or 2 people would kind of join in as well. And I think there was 11 people that first day that were like, "Yep, I'm going to do the same thing too." And I was like, "Holy shit, that's way more than I was expecting to just kind of jump on like that." Like I knew the sub was always super generous and stuff, but I was not expecting that kind of turnout.
Yeah.
So at that point, I kind of felt obligated to kind of see how far we could go with this, and had to kind of come up with a bunch of other fundraising opportunities for the rest of the month. And so that's what we did. And I think we had like 13 different quote, quote, ways of raising funds. As a community, we raised $4,268.90.
Wow, that's crazy.
And that's awesome.
Wow.
So I'm absolutely blown away. Like I didn't think we were gonna come anywhere close to that.
Yeah, I
What
mean,
is that? Like another $500 in the last day?
Yeah, yeah. So we had, I think we're at 2,600 on June 30th, and then a bunch of people up their pledges. So like most of the pledges, they said $1 for every contestant that completed all 30 days, which came out to $62. I think we had 3 people say they we're just going to do it for every participant, which I think there was 156. I ended up doubling mine because I got lazy towards the end of the month and stopped shaving, and I didn't want to take away the money from the people that were saying that they were going to donate. Yeah, I don't need any comments from you, Jeff, about being lazy.
No,
And
no,
then
never.
and then I had a handful of people show their donations that I just missed from trying to go through the threads and whatnot. There was at least one person that was getting company matches, so that added quite a bit as well.
oh wow.
So, but yeah, of that
Awesome.
little over 4,000, we raised $2,132 for the Jed Foundation, which was the kind of primary beneficiary of this effort.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. Like that amount of money because
Good
of
job,
the lather
everybody.
games is like it's mind-boggling, you know. It's a shaving Olympics, and you got people kicking in that kind of cash. That's great. That's really, really great. Hopefully
Yeah, and
that's the sort of thing that we can continue doing, you know.
it would be good.
Definitely. And it wasn't just like I said, like 2, 3, or even 10 people. There was 32 people that
Wow.
made some sort of donation during this. Which actually brings up an interesting thing I should probably mention. It wouldn't be something I'm involved in if there wasn't some sort of bit to go along with this.
Okay.
So
Here we go.
I'm not going to give all the details, but anyone that made any sort of donation towards this, as I have marked down, there will be a special surprise for you. I'm not going to say what it is, but it's probably pretty close to what you think it's going to be. We'll just leave it at that.
Oh, do you own Conk yet, or?
No, I
Wow.
actually did almost reach out to him to see if I could get autographed conch pucks,
Oh
but I
my
ended up not
God.
doing that because that sounded like a terrible idea.
Is it like a case discount?
If you get it from Amazon, there is.
Oh my God.
Using the TTS affiliate link, of course.
That's
There
right.
you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah,
it through the
exactly.
site.
So keep an eye on that. I believe I have everyone marked down, and I've sent messages to people. I sent people messages on Reddit last night with just periods and dashes, and they're like, what is going on? And I'm just casually ignored them. Like IRC was like, why did you message me this? But yeah, so everyone that's on the list should have gotten a message or some sort of acknowledgement if there was one that I missed. So keep an eye out for follow-up communications.
Awesome.
Good job, everybody.
Yeah, and thanks
yeah.
thanks for doing that, Pyro. That's like, you know, obviously it takes up a lot of your time to run something like that. We would know better than anyone, but it sounds like the turnout was probably better than any of us could have predicted. So
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll say that this is not a me thing. This is absolutely the community that did this. Despite what you may think, I winged almost all of this and pretty much came up with the ideas about 10 minutes before posting. So there was actually very little effort that went into this.
okay, well that's good to know. You have very
I
high
am
return for
shocked.
your effort then. So Deganjo, you were running the Feats of Fragrance contest this year. Could you just kind of briefly explain what that is for the people that might not have been following it, and then whatever you want to share about it?
Okay, so the Feats of Fragrance is a side contest that is sponsored by Sean Mayer of Chatillon Lux and Mayer and Mayer Olfactive. And so, in order to get entered into that, you needed to be writing about fragrance in some way in all of your Shave of the Days for Lather games. And unlike excellent in excellence in the shitposting awards, it's a cumulative contest. So everyone that was consistent performed better. It's kind of weird in that way. And one interesting thing about it is that if you're focusing on the feats of fragrance, you might have to sacrifice your points in the regular competition or the shitposting competition. But so with that being said, I do have some results. I've been Sean couldn't make it today, but we've been chatting and we agree with the final ranking. So without further, actually, should I explain anything more or just go on to the?
You're gonna do the prizes with the winner? With the winner? Like
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
with the rankings, I'll tell the prizes that they get.
Okay, yeah,
there you go.
that'd be great.
Okay, so the we have two runner-ups that I'd like to give honorable mentions to. The first is user Junjilla. Did I say that right? I think you guys all know him from his shit posting. And he, yeah,
It's
maybe it's
June,
Dion
July or
Dilla.
something. I don't
Yeah.
know. June, July. I don't
June,
know.
July. Oh, okay.
June, July. June,
Oh,
July.
hopefully that's enough for everyone to know who we're talking about. Yeah. So he had some good fragrance related posts, but wasn't always consistent. But there were some good ones in there, and so he's gonna get the runner ups are gonna get a $35 gift card to Chatillon Lux or Mayor Olfactive, and the other
Nice.
runner up / honorable mention is Intertextonics, who had he actually had like two of my favorite uh, fragrance related posts of the whole games, which I'll link when I make a post about it. And one was even like a really good shit post too. So he's getting an honorable mention of a $35 gift card as well. Okay, and now this year I would say the prizes are bigger and better than last year because Sean is being very generous and he's given away. Let me just get my numbers right. Yeah, six bottles, six full bottles to the
Holy
next.
cow!
Wow.
Yeah.
Dang.
So there are 5 runner ups and they can pick a bottle, any available bottle from the Mayor Olfactive or Chatillon Lux. And so I'll just give little descriptions of what their posts were like too. So the first runner up I have is a Scorpio 93X. He was I think he was a Rookie of the Year candidate. Let me just check here. And he had some he was very consistent with his posting, and so he's getting a bottle. Next is Malthus the Shaver. Same deal. I found that I had the similar tastes with him, so I have a soft spot for Malthus the Shaver. But yeah, he's getting a full bottle. Wire.
Doesn't.
Yeah.
Don't we all?
Yeah. Right. Yeah, he's a cute, and I had some good chats with him too in the comments. Next up, we got Wiry Guy. So Wiry Guy mainly focused on the history of each brand that he shaved with each day, but he also had some time for the scents at the bottom of each page, and he also he used the fragrance reel. Sorry, the fragrance. Oh my God, the fragrance wheel that Cosmo talked about earlier in the year. That was kind of interesting seeing that. And next up, we got Red Mosquito MM. Another consistent. That's really kind of what I was looking for, is consistency in all this. And the next runner up is Chef Kool-Aid, who has a really nice, concise way of writing about fragrance, which is, as a judge, you can really appreciate. Am I right?
Absolutely. I came
Preach.
across many of those posts and I was like, oh, well,
Yeah.
kind of different way to do it and well done.
Yeah, it was good, and it was fun to read. Okay, and the grand finale, the winner of the Feats of Fragrance is. You get that? All right. The grand winner is Purple Ombudsman, and he's going to he can pick from any of the readily available Mayor Olfactive or Chatillon Lux bottles, but he also has the option of picking Madame Chouteau or a Benton Park full bottle.
Nice.
Yeah, which is really cool. And if you go check out his posts, you'll see that he was very in depth every day.
Yeah.
He,
We noticed.
yeah, you notice it, yeah,
for sure.
We know we read
yeah, yeah. So he
and read
uh,
and read.
And red.
yeah. So in case you weren't reading everybody's posts, he had what he expected from the scent, what his initial impressions of the scent, and then he would give updates through the day. So, I'm not gonna lie, I had to skim some of it, but there's like lots of information even if you're skimming. So congratulations, yeah. So yeah, congratulations to all the winners of the Feats of Fragrance.
So,
yeah,
And
we're
on
gonna
all of
say?
their behalf, thank you, Sean.
Yeah, and thank you,
Yes.
Sean. Yeah,
Yeah,
who couldn't
for
make it
sure.
tonight? He has some family stuff this week, but
It's amazing.
Thank you, Ganjo, for taking over that and doing such a great job with it.
yeah. Well, thanks for leaving it in
Of
in
course,
such good
no,
shape.
left it in good hands, and
Yeah.
yeah, like I said, I just didn't have the time or energy. I don't feel like anymore to devote to it. And thanks for stepping up and again just doing an amazing job with it. And
Thanks.
Sean, as always, thank you for your donations and your generosity with us.
And
for doing
also
this.
American Perfumer, I think.
Yes.
Oh
somehow
yes, yeah, you're right. You
covering
do
this
have
with
to
Sean.
thank American Perfumer. Yeah, that's right. Who is Sean is technically the nose behind Benton Park and Madame Chouteau for American Perfumer. Yeah. Yeah. Well. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Yeah, thanks for coming by. Thanks for all your help with the judging this year. We really appreciate that, and obviously doing the side
That too.
contest.
Yes.
And congrats to all those guys.
Yeah, that was fun
The
too.
fragrance, yeah, the fragrance side is a huge part of the hobby, and so it's nice that we can have kind of a corner of the competition that we devote to it. And I think for anybody that was paying any level of attention, it was pretty obvious that Purple was taking no prisoners this year with his write-ups as far as the fragrance contest goes. Even for
Absolutely.
me,
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't read tons and tons of posts compared to the judges, but I noticed those. I was like, yeah, I have a feeling about this guy, and it seems like everybody was kind of on the same page. So
Yeah. Every year there seems to be one. There's like a small handful who you take notice of like the extra effort, but then there's even one who's just smoking everybody. All the
Yeah,
competitions
I mean, I
almost seem to
wasn't
go that way
reading
every year.
specifically for the fragrance stuff, but I mean, you read enough, and it stands out who's doing it day in, day
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, it was obvious who the top fragrance people were, I think, even at
Sure.
only judging a few of their posts or whatever.
Awesome. So, at this time, we would like to bring in our fellow judge, Steelers Rock 86, to talk about the Rookie of the Year contest. So, for the people that might not know about that, can you explain how the contest works and then talk about how it went this year?
Absolutely. I appreciate you having me on, and thanks so much for the website you created, man. That thing's awesome. I mean,
Thank you. Thank you
seriously, it was
for using it.
designed for hikers. Minus the times when I missed some of the picks, but we can get by that, right?
Yeah. Well, it's cool. We audited you. We got it.
But anyways, Rookie of the Year is sort of an inspiration. And when I first did Lather games, I believe it was 2018. A lot of the contests were sort of hard to reach for people who are newer. Based on the scoring was based on how many razors you had or brushes you had. So this inspiration behind it was starting a contest that anybody could be um, sort of selected if it was their first lot of their games, and they just traded soap and got involved. So we did it. We did it last year, and interestingly, we had more people participate last year than this year. So that was kind of an interesting thing. But I think the sub itself actually grew more significantly this year than it did last year. So that was something I noticed that was kind of unique for it. But the contest worked simple in that you competed in your first ladder games. You just made a bold ROTY and every single post of the of the month, and as each day, we just checked to make sure you completed a shave for the ladder games. And then we took all those selected and we chose a random person. And the reason we do random is that we just want it to be an open thing that anybody can win. We don't want it to be based on any criteria. So the good and the bad comes with that is, some people competing in their first lot of games could be some of these people that just have, as Jeff likes to joke about, has 100 brushes and 100 super nice razors. And that's not what we can say is our intended market for this type of prize, but at the same time, they're more than welcome to participate and try it. Um, so the winner, he was already announced, or she was already announced, and it was Jay Woods, 23. So congratulations to you. Rocket will be reaching out to you, and we'll be building the scent you've always wanted. So you get to pick a couple scent notes, and he's gonna combine them into something, who knows what he will come up with, and we really look forward to seeing what you come up with. I'm really excited to see it. Last year, uh, the scent that was created was actually very unique, and I thought was quite pleasant. Um, the other unique part of it is the wise guy is gonna hook us up and do a custom soap label as he did last year. I think it's gonna be kind of similar. He'll change a few things around, make it maybe nicer than he did last year, and it's gonna be a fantastic. So I'm really really excited about seeing the results and checking out what this guy or girl can create with an open platform. Um, but yeah, that's all I got.
Awesome, dude.
Nice.
Well,
Hopefully I covered everything.
sounds like it went pretty smooth this year. So
Yeah, it went smooth because of you, so I appreciate your help there. I didn't have to do what I did last year.
Yeah.
He
Last year
did
I had
absolutely not. He made 2 posts. He did absolutely nothing.
Dude, last year I had a spreadsheet. I was tracking every single person. I wrote a software that mostly was written by Bourbon, and it was in like it
What
was in,
software that Bourbon wrote?
it was in it was in it was in Amazon Light Sale. I was like, what the hell are we doing, dude?
Wow.
And he's
That's
like trying to
wild.
coach me through this, and I'm just like, bro, I got no idea what you're talking about. Just do this for me, please. And he's like, nah, I'll coach you through this. It was the most painful, probably 4 hours of my life.
That's pretty funny.
So then I
Well,
would just manually print them out, and then I had to put it in an Excel sheet.
the funny thing about last
It
year
was
was
brutal.
we noticed a lot of the rookie people were participating, but a lot of them weren't following the calendar. They were just participating, which was really cool and inspiring. But it seems like this year, overall, they were actually sticking to the calendar more. So that was kind of cool to see. I don't know if there was more like trading going on or what, but for whatever
Yeah, I don't
reason,
know what we really. Yeah, I don't know if we really did anything different to entice any person to do that. I think what helped was there's a couple people who would post in the other games, but then when they feel like they weren't a part of it, they posted in the daily shave of the day thread. And those people I still counted because they shaved daily. And this year we just kind of let that go.
gotcha.
And everybody, most of them played pretty well. I only noticed one person or two people that were throwing in crappy efforts.
Yeah, I think one of them, a couple of them are going to be some of the top people, or what I think might
Yeah.
be some of the top people, which is really exciting.
I mean,
And
I just remember last year it was like scroll,
Yeah.
goddamn Steelers, scroll,
Yeah.
goddamn Steelers,
Well,
scroll. God.
to
This year
be
I only
fair,
had that
part of
couple
that was
times.
because all of us were reading every single shave every single day. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, the rookies this year and every year, but like I really feel like it started I think a little bit more last year and it built like exponentially this year, but like the new people coming in are like all-stars,
Yeah.
compared to like the
Yeah.
new people we've had join in the past. They just hit the ground running, join right into the culture and just the
They dove
community.
into the there were a lot of them that just dove into the trading thread.
Yeah, and
Like,
it's
hey,
just
I got
really
5
cool to see.
soaps. I need these 25, and people were just sending them to them.
Yeah, the
Oh
community
yeah.
is just growing bigger, and I I don't know. It's just great to see.
Because the rookies last year were sending to the rookies this year, who will send to the rookies next year, and it
Next
just
year.
right. That's how it just keeps growing.
yeah, that's the
Yeah, it's
ultimate
really
goal is it just keeps growing.
cool to see.
Cool, man. Well, hey, thanks for coming on. Thanks for all your hard work judging. I know we gave you a lot of shit all the time, but we definitely could not have had the success we had this year without all the judges. So thank you very much.
Thank you, and shout out to all the judges. Great work this year, and the organizers.
You too.
Oh, thank you.
We just really felt we being I guess the community, the organizers, the last year's judges,
I think it's
who
mostly like definitely Pooter and definitely you, me, and SMS.
yeah. Last year was brutal. There's really no way around it. And we've gone over that, and we're not looking for anyone's sympathy or anything like. But we got a lot smarter. We planned. The portal really changed the games. And it allowed. I think there was a lot more effort, a lot more going on this year, but we were able to digest it so much better. And a huge part of that, of course, the portal, and we'll suck Steven off one last time.
Thank
But
you.
besides the portal,
No, we're
the
just gonna keep going. He's got
yeah,
more mileage
okay,
in this.
yeah, keep edging Steven. But so the uh the judges who stepped up, we kind of like put out the feelers. Hey, can you guys help? Maybe take on a week for us, right? Well, when the games kicked off, all these people who like we thought were gonna, pick up some slack for us,
Well, I
they just
think
like, yeah,
it's part of it, and well, I'll let you continue. But the they were like, oh, it sucked for you guys last year. Yeah, we'll do it for a week. Yeah, the portal
yeah,
helped.
Just made it so
the
easy.
portal made it entertaining to judge. But so anyway, so all these people who were like, "Hey man, can you just help out a week? Like, we don't want to read 100 posts a day or 50 posts a day or whatever." So we started day one. It's like all the people who said, "Yeah, we'll help out," they all jumped in. So that first day, first week hopped off, and it was like 12 judges or 12 posts a day or something like 13, 10, something like that. And then all these people were just like, yeah, we'll help you all month. And so like, shout out to all you guys. And for just one final rundown, to all the judges who helped, adore you, thank you. DeGanjo, thank you. And also doing your side contest, the Feats of Fragrance that you did. IMSMS, thank you. Couldn't be with us on the podcast, but thanks again for your help. Jeff, we're in this together, but thank you. Let's see, who else do we have here? Steelers, thank you, and for the Rookie of the Year and encouraging all those guys to join us. Thank you. Tonality, thank you. You were even had some life things that you were busy with. You still helped out a ton. Thank you so much. Wally Gator 88, thank you for all of your help. I think you might have judged every single day. Wise One, we drafted you in full time this year. Even joined us on the pod a couple times. Thank you for stepping up. And then finally, X Golden Jackal X. Thank you. I think you judged every day as well. But seriously, all you guys, whether you did a week, and I don't think anybody just limited themselves to a week. I think everybody who stepped in went
Yeah.
above and beyond and did multiple weeks. At least 2, if not 3 out of 4 weeks, I think, for everybody.
I'm looking
Just
at
a
this
huge help.
fantastic portal. How many?
Oh, and Visceral Watch. I'm sorry. You're sitting, well, not sitting here, but you're right here next to us. I tried to go in alphabetical order, and it's a little bit out of order, my sheet. So anyway, Visceral Watch, thank you too. You were drafted into full-time judgeship.
Everybody
thank
pretty
you.
much had close to the same number. Everybody, nobody really. Steelers took a week off, but nobody else.
Some people had to take a few people did.
It's
But
understandable.
some people had to take off. They had vacation. They had vacations. They had moving. They had other things going on in their lives, and that's fine. But like anything you guys did to take it off our plate,
were
we
appreciative.
appreciated. Yes. So thank you so much for going above and beyond even what you signed up for, what we expected out of you. We're here sitting. What is this? July 2nd, feeling fresh.
Yeah,
I don't want to keep on doing it, but man, I'm not beat up.
It was 50. I mean, the portal made it easier for I think these judges would have done it anyway. We would have figured something out if we didn't have the portal. Maybe not as much as they did, but they would have figured something out. But it was 50-50 having them and the portal.
Yeah.
Unless Steven wants me to say it was 51 to the portal.
I was more burned out last year as a contestant, I think.
Absolutely. Same here. Same here.
Testament to the portal. Thank you, Steven.
You're so welcome. It was fun.
It was definitely, because just talking to whiskey, we missed a lot, but luckily we had the other judges that, it was like, hey, did you see this? And we were like, freaking no. And we, have to go back 3 days later and check it. But, I think we saw the good stuff.
Most of it. But
yeah. We, other than one post, our Chewbacca's.
Yeah, we'll get to that one.
Swinging post. Well, I'm just adding it now because it was like 2 weeks ago and we freaking missed it.
It wasn't. We could have hit it last week. It wasn't that long ago. I think it might have been even.
It was the 24th. It was 24th. It was last Thursday.
Yeah, so it should have been on last week's pod. We missed it. We're sorry. You guys should check that out. I think we'll put it in the show notes. He is like shaving on this stretch,
swinging,
swing thing with his legs up in the stirrups, and I don't know. You just got to see it.
Amazing.
It's phenomenal. I was like, how did we miss this?
But once again, I'll speak for Pooter, and I don't know how far back he is on the shit listing. If you're not getting shit listed, let him or me or Whiskey or SMS know, and we'll get it to him.
Yeah, like if you did that shit, like when you're doing something zany like that, and you're like, why didn't this get just?
Yeah, but just check that Wetshaving 101 to make
Go ahead,
sure.
Just do it.
don't let us know unless he's past the day, and check that Wetshaving 101 and try and figure out what day he's up to, because he's definitely behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll get caught up though. He's good for it.
Yeah, hell, he owes you.
So some statistics for you all. You might be curious. a few days ago, we put out the survey asking all the competitors who did close to 30 days to fill out, because we have, at the time of recording, we have 75 prizes, which is up from the 60 that we had because we got some last minute donations. And so, if mathematically, all 90 people who attempted 30 days, unfortunately, there's not enough prizes for them. So I just said, hey, to the people that are kind of in the running for a prize, please fill out the survey. And so I have some numbers from that. So out of the 75 people who are getting prizes, the top 3 prizes on average were: number 1 was the Wolfman Razor, number 2 was the Declaration Grooming Mystery Prize, and then number 3 was the Mammoth Custom Scent Based on You prize. And for some reason, the least popular prize in the survey was the Reddit Premium subscription. I don't know why.
For some reason.
Makes no sense.
Yes,
I don't
and
know.
You know
as
how
a-
awesome it is when you can go to Reddit and you can reload the daily thread and it highlights what is new since the last time you were there?
Pretty
I know
handy.
that came in handy last year when we were judging.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I had moderate faith in the portal. I actually paid for that this year. I spent my $5 for 1 month.
That's
Oh,
pathetic.
wow.
I
Dude.
bought it.
I could
I didn't need
have
it,
fucking given it to
but I
you.
bought it.
I could have given it to you.
And what's funny is I went back later and found out I actually had enough coins that I could have bought it for myself.
Yeah. Okay, so
Thanks to Dan.
this next statistic is a little complicated, but so here's what I was curious about was, so if you signed up for your prize ranking and then did, like, how good is the thing that you got based on performance, right? Does that make sense? Like, obviously, the first place guy or girl gets their first place prize pick because they came in first, right? And the
Right.
second place person is going to get either their first place or their second place pick. They're not going to get like their 60th place pick. But as you move down the list, the 50th place person you would expect is going to get their 50th choice, right? Just on average.
Okay, I got
Because-
you. So
If everybody
what I'm
was,
saying, right?
your
yeah.
placing match, did your prize match what you put for your placing?
Yeah, your performance.
Right.
Does your prize match your performance? And so here's the very,
So-
very interesting thing this year. So I pulled the number for every single person that is getting a prize. And on average, people are getting a prize that is ranked 9 places better than their own performance. So, like, for example, if you got 10th place, you are getting the item that you ranked first. Not literally, like, for the 10th place person, but on average, like, if you ranked 50th place, you're getting your 41st choice instead
So
of your
people are
50th choice.
getting better than what, or they're getting something they want or picked better than their place.
Right.
Yeah.
Kind of.
So even
I
if
don't know
you
the right way
might
to
not
put that, but
They're out
yeah,
kicking their coverage.
exactly, like, even if you're not getting your first choice or like your favorite prize, at the end of the day, on average, everyone is getting something that is better than they deserve. And so you should all be grateful. Just based on the math, not based on my opinion. According to the math, people on average are yeah, you're getting a prize that's better than you would think. So, unfortunately, we do only have the 75 prizes, and we apologize to everybody out of the 160 who is not getting something. It's the same problem we had last year. It sucks, but you can't force people to donate prizes. So we stretched them as far as we could. And I will have you know, in order for us to get to a nice round number of 75, Jeff and I kicked in some of our Reddit coins. And so some people that were not going to get anything are now eligible to receive some Reddit coins, which can be used to give other people Reddit silver. So, or another award, like something like that. You could save them up and give someone a Reddit gold, or Yeah, you can do it. They're your coins. You can do whatever you want with them. So, unfortunately, Reddit Gold is not the quote unquote worst prize this year. We found a way to make it even worse with fucking Reddit coins.
We topped off Bourbon's free and Hiva and the mods free Reddit, and we gave you 100 coins. But you're winning something, and we're acknowledging you. And I wish we could. I wish we could give something to all 161 players.
On
Yeah,
75th
and honestly,
place.
if you're wondering, like, why didn't I get a prize, or why is the prize that I got so shitty? If you feel that way, I don't feel that way because all the prizes are great, especially the Reddit coins. If you're wondering, then it's a combination of a few things. It's shaving every day, it's hitting the sponsors, it's being on theme, and it's putting in effort for the judge points. The judge points were 20 points out of 105, and it made a huge difference for the people that are getting prizes.
It's a
Go
really
ahead.
big difference.
Yeah.
I got a little help crunching numbers and figured out what my score would have been if I was being scored like players. And I think that the actual score that I would have had without any judge points it just meant I was completely off the list. There's no way I would have won anything at all, and I'm pretty sure I'm not even going to get coins. But if I had actually been getting points and putting in effort in my writing, which I wasn't, like previous years, according to DeGandrew, I probably would have been in the mid-20s. Right? Like, that is how huge of an impact those judge points are. I had a near perfect score for soaps, sponsors, themes, everything else. Doesn't even get your Reddit coins if you didn't put your effort into your shit.
I mean, I'll give you the exact number right here. So if you had a perfect score in everything except judge points, like if you got 0 judge points, but you had every other point possible, that's an 85 out of 105, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you would have been in the 60s or 70s based on the final standings. So like you'd be screwed. The judge points are everything this year.
I mean, but but anyone who is unhappy with the judge points, I think they should aim for the American judges and.
Well, I mean, if people wrote stuff, they got points. But when you have people who show up for 30 days and literally don't write anything, they just say, "I used this soap." Well, cool.
I like those posts. Those are easy to judge.
Those are really easy to judge. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Makes our job easy.
Moving on.
Yep.
Cool. So, as we say every week, the Lather Games is filmed in front of a live studio audience, and unfortunately, live studio audience, we have decided to keep the results secret until the podcast is done and uploaded. So we're going to ask all of you to leave while we do the final results, and if you don't leave, then we are going to kick you out. I'm sorry, but it's just more fun this way if we keep it secret. So goodbye, studio audience. Thank you for joining us, but you're not going to find out the results until tomorrow. I'm sorry. So the moment of truth has arrived. We are ready to announce the winner. And what we're going to do this year is count back the top 10 because it's arbitrarily a thing that people do, top 10, whatever. So we're going to do it too this year. We're going to tell you the player, what place they got and what prize they got. The full list of rankings and prizes will be available on the final results post. So, that said, let's get to it. So, 10th place, we had Red Mosquito MM, a fantastic player. All these guys are fantastic players, guys and girls, I don't know. So, Red Mosquito MM selected the Blackland Blackbird S stainless steel razor. So, we will help you coordinate getting that razor. Congratulations. 9th place is Puppa Pork, the yard raised chicken egg man himself. He selected the Paladin brush. So Pork, I'm gonna help coordinate that since Ken is not super available on Reddit. Congratulations to you, Pork. 8th place, R. Chewbacca, a fantastic competitor, selected the Chiseled Face Prototype Safety Razor. Congratulations, man. That's a hell of a prize. I think we're all
Wow,
curious
that's
to see
cool.
how that thing is. 7th place, Dr. Roeder, fantastic competitor. He selected the Dogwood Handcrafts Hybrid Brush with the Declaration B9B knot. So we will coordinate getting that to you. Congratulations, my guy. 6th place, yeah. 6th place, Purple Ombudsman selected the Summer Break set with the Summer Break brush handle. Congratulations, man. Well deserved, well earned. 5th place, Chef Kool-Aid selected the custom dogwood brush. Congratulations, and please get in touch and we will work out something awesome for you. 4th place, Sugar Daddy, the man himself, selected the carbon safety razor. So congratulations on that. And then our top 3 players. So now your top three. Your top 3 Lather Games 2021 finalists. So 3rd place, we have BV's a Pike, who selected the Mammoth custom set based on Ben's impression of him. So congratulations, dude. We're all curious to see how that comes out. It's a hell of a prize. It's one of the most unique things that we've ever seen offered here.
I hope Ben took notice of the day that he used 10 or something aftershaves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
15.
Or the Frank's
It
Red
will probably
Hot.
smell
15.
like
Maybe what he spelled like that, or the Frank's Red Hot.
I mean, if I had to guess, I mean, if I were Ben, I would make that scent inspired by a Walmart in West Virginia. That's
Oh,
where
Ben never
BVS
been in a
Pike is
Walmart in
from.
West Virginia, but maybe he can
Just like
imagine it.
like a regular Walmart in West Virginia. I think that'll do it.
Incredible. So congratulations, BV. You did a great job this year. And
he did.
like we said before, the top places were extremely close. These were razor thin
close.
margins between all you guys. So honestly, it could have gone any direction, and all of you put in
Changed every
incredibly
day.
high effort. Yeah, it changed literally every day. So
The top
uh
10 changed every day.
yes. So the second place for
Mhm.
2021, it goes to Wiry Guy, who selected the Declaration Mystery Prize. So congratulations to you, man. Incredibly high effort posts every day. We all really enjoyed the brand history and write-ups.
Man, I should have donated my set of Santal Noir. I really should have.
If anybody's got Centel Noir and wants to sell it for, I don't know what it costs, $25, Wiry's your guy. Or maybe you
Hook
just
my
want
man,
to give him a little extra reward. Right? Maybe you want to help Scott out and make that part of the Declaration Mystery Prize.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I think
So Spot can actually, trade with me, and I'll trade
Wiry
the.
did in the, with his, especially, with all the sponsors there, so many of them started on Reddit and some of the other, just the history. He did good by the sub. His posts were, I think a lot of what the sub is all about.
And even the
Yeah.
off sponsor brands that he used,
Yeah.
he did a history on
Oh,
them as
yeah.
well, and it was educational and enlightening and
Yeah.
high effort every
this-
single day, no days off.
Yeah. He spent, I can only get. I mean, he was, if you were really reading, he was looking at the wiki on the sub. He was searching the sub for, if the company was on the sub and what the posts were on the sub and on Wicked Edge, and then he was diving into the AMAs, and then he was going to, if it was an older brand, Badger and Blade, Shave Nook, DFS.
And he brought links and sources, and he
Yeah.
didn't just mail it in and just kind of paraphrase what he read. Like he put some effort into it, some real time. So we saw that.
So that brings us to our our champion for 2021. And honestly, I don't think this is a surprise to anyone, probably including to himself. The first place this year is Jungilla, who selected the custom Wolfman Razor, which was the most sought after prize this year. So congratulations to Jungilla. Just an incredible 30 days, every single day, bringing it maximum effort and humor and just a level of thoroughness that we all really, really appreciated. So in addition to all of these prizes, I, in secret, commissioned for our top 3 players, I commissioned official Lather Games trophies this year for the first time.
Oh,
So the first, second, and third place players will be receiving Lather Games commemorative 8-inch tall trophies
8
honoring
inch?
their achievement. So if you're trying to keep this whole thing secret from someone, I apologize, but you're gonna have a big fucking trophy to display, and we'll probably bring
Play
those back
proudly.
every year. Yeah.
18
And-
trophies by Steven. I'm not sure where we are going with this.
I
I'm
can't wait
excited
for
to
you to
see
ship
things.
that one to Jungilla. What that's going to cost you?
I don't care. It's well worth it. Oh,
is it 8-inch tall or 8-inch? You seem
I
very
mean, you have
specific
to go
about the
there,
8-inch.
right? Come on.
He just sounded
Yeah.
like he wanted to talk about it. So
So last year we started the tradition with the podcast, and we actually had the winner find out live that he won on the podcast, which was Cosmo. And so this year, I am pleased to say that we have continued that tradition. And ladies and gentlemen, I present the one and only Jungilla. Jungilla, thank you for being with us.
Hello, thank you very much.
Did we get your name right, or could you say it for us?
It's a name that my wife invented, and she calls me Junjila.
Okay,
There you
Junjila.
go.
Junjila.
so
Yeah, that has
cute.
We
a,
struggled
kick.
all month. We had to say it often. We struggled, but we did our best. So
Yes.
So the
congratulations.
D is
though.
silent, right?
Thank you. I now also call myself Junjila. It sounds better.
Oh, so you have 2D, but both of them are silent?
Yes, both of the Ds are silent. Yes.
So you have 2Ds, but none of them work. Nice.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean,
Who let him on the show?
I'd like to interrupt this Jungilla moment to say we've missed SMS for the last 4
Yeah.
weeks.
yeah,
Me too.
it's not the same,
You
man.
know.
It's not the same. So, did you have? I mean, I guess you know
I
what
concur.
we did last year is kind of get a overview or any parting thoughts from you. I mean, what do you think? What did you think of the games? Like, this was your first time, and you won, so that's pretty crazy. Was there anything that was like unexpected for you, or anything that you found particularly challenging, or?
Really the daily challenges were the one thing that that made it all difficult, because I think I prepared quite well. I had all my shaves planned out in May, but it's this daily challenge that really made it that I had to wake up in the morning and wait until 8 a.m. when the challenge is posted, and then frequently change my plans. So that is really the one thing that was that was different than I thought.
But that's actually
Yeah,
why you
that
won,
makes
you know
sense.
that, right? Because you put so much effort on the daily challenges, we had to give you like 5 on every show, almost.
Yeah.
So that's
I mean, that's
actually
and I'll say that was the point of, I'll say, speak for Pooter a little. That was kind of the point of the daily challenges, how they started last year, was don't let people plan in May.
Yeah.
Right? Enough of that nonsense planning 2 months in advance. Let's do this,
Yeah,
But
seeing
you
how
did
people
really well,
adapt.
Surprise in there.
What was the most
Right.
difficult challenge for you?
The most difficult challenge, Well, just technically the Den tour, because I had all my stuff packed up, and I guess you saw I didn't want to put my face on any of the videos because I don't need my students to find out about me, so I had to make a natural looking video without showing my face.
Oh, and which was the most fun for you, you think?
The first one, but it's a little bit cheating because that
Outside.
one was announced.
That was
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And that was
And
really
Oh,
that
good.
that
was-
was you did plan that. So I have questions. So that one, and then was it the zoo one later? But like, where are these surveillance photos coming from? You have these videos.
It's over. You won. You can tell us now.
There's a high riser right next to it, and I had a friend with a telelens up there.
Perfect.
Real okay.
nice.
Your
That
wife
was
knows about this,
incredible.
friend?
Awesome. Just awesome.
Even
what-
That was
Thank you.
that was. I'm telling you, that was the post that I woke up that morning of the first, and whenever I saw that, and I was like, Lather Games is on.
yeah,
Yeah.
that
It's on.
it sure was.
It was.
But
It was.
the
I think I saw
First day was
Porks
just awesome in
after that.
general. There were so many good ones.
Oh
Yeah,
yes.
I saw Porks before. I forget if I saw yours first or Porks first, but I saw if I saw Porks first, I don't remember it because this is Pork. He's a known player, and I kind of we
Yeah.
all knew he was gonna bring it this year. Yours was just like we didn't know who the hell you were.
No, I knew
Basically.
I knew him very well. So I was expecting this.
we met you day one.
We knew him from the Save of the Day post. If you're ever in there.
Yeah,
He's in
yeah.
there
He,
every
he
day.
was always very
No, I mean
enthusiastic.
I know I see his pictures on Wicked Edge. I think you post, and in our sub. But like I knew your name. It's not that I didn't know who you were, but you haven't
Oh, I see what you
brought
mean
it in
now,
Lather
yeah,
Games
like,
before, and it
yeah.
was like, who the hell?
Well,
Yeah,
I
that
mean,
was some really
this,
fun.
Yeah,
this
it's like
whole concept of the ladder games was just I love this kind of stuff. So it's I prepared for it since I think December.
Wow.
There you go.
Holy
That's
shit.
some real
Wow.
effort, man.
You're a perfect fit for it.
well,
I
yeah. I
think
mean,
I
that's what.
think that's the second
Yeah.
longest someone has planned
And-
for Leather Games.
And
I
what
was
else?
gonna
What?
say, yeah. Any longer, I
know-
think, is to your detriment, maybe. But that's about right.
Yeah, I
6
mean, what I'll
months.
say is just from the outdoor to the. I know I forget if it was Whiskey or Steven or SMS or Pooter I was talking to that one in the restaurant.
Yeah, yeah.
The
Yeah,
pictures,
yeah.
the outdoor with the
Yeah, that
whole
was messed
setup.
up.
We were like, oh my god, this is in public. People are seeing this. like the waiters there.
Yeah, but this is like our go-to restaurant. We are there very often, and they know us.
And so now
Also,
they know this
you're
about
here.
dude. You don't shit where you eat. Like you,
So they
you're so-
every time they probably see you now, they say that the guy who shaves, he just
now
came
you
here
can
to
never
do
go there. You can't keep going back there now, dude.
Yeah, just
They have seen everything. They know me.
Oh, so this
You
is
know.
normal. What other shenanigans are you up to outside of shaving then? That they would expect
It's
things
not
like
so
this
much.
from you.
It's not so much shenanigans, but I once had a big party with 15 people with a reservation in that restaurant, and had to cancel like 2 hours before because I got bit by a dog, and no one else wanted to come once I canceled. And I was
You got bit by
terrified
a
about
dog?
this because they would lose out on so much business this day because of me, and they're just super cool about it. So that's when I knew, okay, these guys are cool.
That's
I
where
can
you
do
can
whatever I
shave.
want there.
Yeah.
This
So
is where
that's
I
why
can shave.
people don't do
Exactly.
favors,
Like I think
because
some people, like last year, Cosmo was just a different thing every day, right?
Right.
There were some people this year that were great, that had kind of themes going. You were just all over the place with different stuff. It was, the outside, the restaurant, that whole Indiana Jones on
Well,
acid
The
thing,
modern
Yeah,
dick
that-
hole theory.
The modern-
You can't not mention that.
which I'll speak for
The modern
Pooter,
nickel
and
theory
yeah.
was my favorite post. I think that was
Oh
most
my
fun.
god.
I'm gonna. I don't know a damn thing that's gonna place high in the shit post. I mean,
Oh,
an
yeah,
opening
yeah.
day will too, but that modern dickhole was. I think it was
Next
just. It was
level.
very, very under the radar, but I know that spoke to its audience.
Well, thank you. That's nice of you to say.
And so when did you come up with the idea for like the Indiana Jones, sort of saga? Was that
Um,
pre-planned? Was it something you fell
there was
into?
a hat challenge on that day. There
Oh,
was a
Rory,
shut
fake
the
hat
hell up!
challenge. So
fucking
that's why
Rory.
I thought like, oh, hat. That is Indiana Jones, of course.
Oh my!
Damn,
Wow. That's
that was
insane.
also incredible.
So that whole thing was just spur of the moment. That day, the bourbon didn't do his job, and Rory commandeered the thread and got this rogue challenge in
Again,
there, and
man.
that launched Indiana Jones.
This is
Yes, but
all
I think
about
it
the
was
breakup. This is
luckily it
all
was
about
also
the
on
breakup.
Sunday or Saturday, so it was a day where I had time to actually react to it.
It was Sunday.
Oh my!
Yeah, exactly.
Wow,
So
it's
did you
crazy
really
how that.
break in? Did you really break into the zoo?
No. I took the infrared camera so that I can film during the day, and it looks like it's during the night.
Okay.
I was just a weirdo at the zoo.
Okay.
Oh
Okay. Just a
God.
weirdo at the zoo.
Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay.
Just awesome.
I mean, we've been over here scratching our heads like, how did he fucking do it? What were you saying, SMS?
No, that's really high-end tech stuff. I wonder why it took you so long to figure out Discord. But because
Oh my
that's some really
God.
high-end shit.
Oh my
That's
God.
really high-end
Just
shit, man.
Discord is for
Thank you,
idiots.
SMS.
That's
Discord
why.
sucks.
Discord's for idiots.
That's
It's
true.
terrible.
This proves again that Discord is a piece of crap. I mean, a man who takes infrared camera to his Lather Games post in a zoo. I mean, he can't figure out Discord. I mean, man. I take
Well,
my hat off to you, man. I mean, that's some real cool
yeah.
shit.
Thank you. That's very nice of you to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
We're
recently moved to Europe. Maybe I'll see you soon. So yeah.
I think you must be one time zone over though. You must be in the English time zone, right?
No. I've moved to the remote part of Europe.
it's got its own time zone. Nobody knows. Yeah. Speaking of time zones, we weren't sure. We found out we really didn't know who was going to win this thing. We had several top posters who all were like neck and neck. We're like, it's just going to come down to who knows what. Because we didn't. It's just like whatever happened. It was 30 days. Every judge points like 0.13 of your score, and who knows how it's going to fall. At the end of the day. But because there's no accumulation, there's no like, oh, we like that guy, let's give him some extra points. That's more or less
No.
how last year worked. But this year was totally like every single day counted equally.
Yeah.
So when we saw like, hey, man, Jungilla did this, and we had Cosmo on the show last year, and that went over great, and we're like, I don't know what time it is there. What time is it there right now for you?
Now it's just 10 minutes to 7. But you're lucky
Oh,
that
that's
I'm
not
here.
bad.
You're lucky that I'm here. My kid woke me up, so I was
Okay.
like,
No, every time, every week.
let's look at IRC.
He's been a listener on
You
almost
have,
every.
yeah.
I've noticed him on almost every podcast. He's been a
I was
live
thinking
listener.
it was like 4 or 5 in the morning, so I'm glad it's almost 7. Which is probably when I'll be getting up. My kid will be getting me up tomorrow, but it's just great. I was so glad we were able to connect with you because I was just like, I don't know if this is gonna work, but it.
Yeah, me
So,
too. I'm very
Privileged
happy
to
that I
talk
was
to you,
late.
man. We're huge
Thanks.
fans.
tell us about some of your other favorite players. Like we enjoyed your shaves. Whose shave did you enjoy? Whose stories did you enjoy?
So for the daily thread readings, one of my favorites is Malthus the Shaver. He always has great write-ups. Then of course I was always wondering what PP Pork would do or R Chewbacca. Those guys are always very funny. I like reading Red Mosquito MM's posts. He has some of the best descriptions of fragrances, I think. I like Infernal Internals dry humor a lot. I'm sure I'm missing a lot of people now that I should mention, but I liked Wiry Guys, history lessons, of course. There were so many great posts that the for me gymtasticness was always the gross bedtime story. So there are a lot of wonderful
Jim
things
is
that I read every day.
Jim is
So,
a favorite of this
you
group.
just didn't post your shave. You read most of the posts on Lather Games thread.
I'm not sure about most, but yeah, I mean, I would spend multiple hours a day doing ladder games. Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
hard,
That's
man.
that's incredible.
That's
A
some
lot.
It's a lot
real
of work.
love.
It's a lot
I
of
think
work.
you have to, and I would guess most people, right? You focus in on the players or posters you want to read, and you
Yeah,
scan
yeah,
you
yeah. Of course,
scan and you
it
try and
happens.
see if anything catches your eye. But I mean, I was going back and looking because I was looking for something. It's been like, and especially because you have people that go back. Like for me, normally other than lather games, it's Monday. I read Monday. It's Tuesday. Monday's gone. I'd never go back.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
you
Yeah.
had people in lather games that were going back. I mean, like some of the threads, like I went to bed at, whatever, 10, 11 Eastern, and there were like 300 comments. I go back a couple days later, there's like 450 comments. A
Yeah,
lot of
totally.
these threads just lingered for days.
Yep.
It's pretty good to say, to be honest. Like
Which
so
is
many
awesome.
people interacting and enjoying this.
I don't have
Oh,
the attention
it's
span
that-
for it, but
Yeah, that's
people
the best
do.
part.
This stuff. I mean, and I had a couple, you ping people and they come back and you have a couple, back and
So,
forth.
Junzila, so you won the Leather Games, I mean, the official prize. How, I mean, what's your expectation about the
Do you-
shitpost contest
Yeah,
and
what-
other contests? Like,
Oh,
you're up
shit
for many of
post.
the awards.
So for the shit posts, I would expect PP Pork or R Chewbacca to win them. That's also what I wrote in the prediction
final
on the
post,
last day.
Actually, we got one more thing we can
Yeah.
tell you because
We
you
got
joined
dark-
late.
Go ahead.
You placed or runner-up in the Feats of Fragrance.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I
Congratulations.
think you
Why?
runner-up. I think it was a 35. I think you.
Think an
35
honorable mention.
$35
wins
gift
the
card.
bottom.
Shut down
Oh.
Luke's.
It might have been.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Or did he win
Yeah.
a free bottle?
Or did he
We
get
don't
a
know.
bottle?
Hang
You'll have to
on, we
tune
don't
in.
know.
Shit,
You'll
I
have to tune in.
forgot.
I can't
Tune
remember.
in. You won something.
Yeah, I can't remember if you were an honorable mention or a runner-up. Okay, we're gonna find out. But yeah, if you did miss it, Itchy Pooter, he's a little bit behind on the shit list. He will get it done. None of us have any role in that whatsoever, so we don't have any spoilers for you. We don't know where you placed or if you placed. We have a feeling you probably did. With some of-
Probably did pretty well, but
yeah.
he's still got for everybody out there. Steven said at the beginning, Pooter's backed up. He's still, he's a week
He's a few
behind.
days. Yeah, he's a week behind. But he'll get through it. He
Yeah.
always does. And if you didn't see Gingerly, I don't know if you saw Sandman's post on the last day. That was pretty great.
Do you mean the Rickroll?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. That was epic. That's amazing. I just don't know. So I mean, it went under the radar the entire time, and then in the end, there's this big reveal, and it's awesome. But I think that PP Porks and R Chewbacca's posts are more like immediately funny. So I don't
Right.
know
Gotcha.
how Itchy
That was
Pooter-
when you
That's a
read
fair
it
point.
and you're like, oh my god, I have official news from the Django gift card winner. $35 to Chetillon Luke's or Myrtle of Active.
So congratulations on that
Amazing.
as well.
Congratulations.
Congrats,
Wow.
congrats.
Woo!
Woohoo!
You can finally upgrade that headphone of
And that
yours.
came directly from Sean. But the Django is
That's
backed up,
wonderful.
but that was from Sean.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
Going
don't
red.
forget about that 8-inch trophy.
And
Yeah.
Nope.
I
you're
hope
gonna
you
get an
like
8-inch
it.
trophy
From Steven.
Yeah.
from
Ooh,
Steven.
okay.
An
It's from
8-inch
all of us.
trophy.
We don't know which way 8-inch.
It's 8 inches tall and about
Wrap up.
4 or 5 inches wide. So you could
Man,
lather
that's-
in the top of the trophy. I'll post a picture.
Oh,
of it
there you
tomorrow.
go. Ultimate Lather Bowl. That's amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm looking
Full
forward to
8
seeing
inch
this thing.
tall ladder bowl.
the fucking
It's 8
the
inch tall,
trophy
man.
company didn't have a little shaving guy or like a razor or something, so I just got a generic trophy. But It'll work. It'll work.
It'll work.
You
It'll
will
work.
display that proudly, I'm sure.
Yes, I will.
Awesome. Cool. Well, thanks so much for coming on. It was an absolute pleasure scoring you and keeping up with you. And it was clear from day one that you were going places. So this was not, this was not a super big surprise, but you absolutely earned it. So congratulations.
Killed it.
Thank you so
Delivered.
much. Thank you so much, and thank you for having me. This has been wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
The games, the podcast, everything. Thank you.
Yeah, our pleasure.
Oh,
Enjoy
yeah.
your Wolfman.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
I
enjoy
will.
the
I will.
Do you
Independence Day.
have a Wolfman, or is this your first Wolfman?
I do not have a Wolfman. I now have to
Awesome.
read up on the on all the different choices.
James will be, I'm sure, very helpful.
Ping me if you need some
yeah.
tips. I have used all of them.
Yeah,
That's
SMS
good
is
to know. That's good to know. I will
SMS has
do that.
gone
Yeah.
from the 95 to the 155 shim 17
Yeah.
times.
I actually used all of them. So yeah, I can help you with that.
Thank you. That's a nice offer. I will take you up on it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Yeah, it was nice talking to you, man.
Thanks. You too.
Yeah, for sure.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Thank
congrats.
you. Thank
Enjoy
you.
your
Thank you.
weekend.
I will. You too, guys. You too. Thank you.
So that's a wrap for us this year. I want to say personally, thank you to all of the judges who worked every single day on judging the posts. There were 11 judges this year, guys, and we really could not have done that without them. Thank you to the 160 players who participated and kept this thing going. It's, obviously you can't have competition without competitors. But most importantly, thank you to the sponsors who contributed prizes and who work so hard to keep putting out awesome stuff for the community. And I'm excluding myself in this. I'm saying from
I'm going to
the
take
committee and
over.
from the
I'm
judges.
going to take over, and since Steven is a sponsor twice or 17 times, the sponsors were awesome. I
Yes.
think most of the players would have played with no prizes. I know
Yes.
Ruger Rigger will like me to say that. Murray
I think
thinks
that-
everybody
that's
should
true,
play for the
though.
fun of the game.
I think they
I
do.
think
though.
I
Ultimately,
think
they
it
do.
would be very successful if the end game was, $5 gift card or a $5 PayPal.
Yeah, people would
If
still
it
do
was a
it.
token thing. I think it would still be successful. But I mean, these prizes are awesome. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
it's the
want to
best
single out
prizes.
anybody, but I'm going to.
Yeah.
I mean, a Wolfman, which I don't even know what that costs because I don't have one. $500 to $1,000. I don't know. What Scott gave, I don't know what he's going to give this year, but what Cosmo won last year was worth, I don't know, priceless. A one-off soap and a one-off brush. I don't, you can't even buy that from Scott. What Ben's giving with the custom scent, what Ron's giving with the prototype razor. I mean, Blackland gave 2 razors. Manodyne gave 2 dogwood hybrids with handles. I mean, I'm
This
missing
is-
about 100 people,
yeah.
but
Yeah, Tatara,
it's without a
Carbon, a
doubt,
lot of
like-
companies that stepped
Yeah.
up.
I mean, if you sat and added it up, it's thousands upon thousands. What Pyro helped raise the sub raise. Pyro helped raise $4,000. I mean, the prizes have to be worth damn near that.
Yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
the without
Yeah.
I mean, it's
question
awesome.
the best prize
should add it
pool
up.
we've ever had, and probably I struggled to think of how we could have a better prize pool. I mean, a fucking custom Wolfman. We got every single like major player in razors and brushes and soaps represented here.
And that's
Like-
not, I'm not saying down on, or talking
I mean,
down
I
on
can
Southern
think of a better
Witchcrafts, who's donating a trifecta. I mean, that's what you have, right? I mean, that's great.
Yeah.
All
Maybe next
all the
year,
soapers that gave a set is, that's what you have. It is an equal, give to a Wolfman razor for your company. It just,
That's true.
You know,
I'm not. Yeah, I don't mean to downplay
it's
anything.
awesome.
It's just crazy when you look at.
Yeah, I
the-
mean,
the
it's
price
we're going to
tag
talk
on
about
these-
the crazy,
these things, but-
right? We're going to talk about the crazy stuff, but those guys also have crazy costs. Where
Right.
I don't want to neglect Southern Witchcrafts, Katie's Bubbles.
Zingari,
I
man.
mean, Will gave good stuff.
Thank you again to all the sponsors, big and small. Without prizes, the games would not be as attractive and command, the huge turnout and everything. So that's really awesome. And thanks to all you guys who helped out with the podcast every week, and to SpongeBob, the rules liaison, and the subreddit moderators for helping with the threads. There's an asterisk there, but thank you for trying. We appreciate that much at least. And everybody who is not a sponsor who donated a prize, thank you all for your generosity.
Yeah, the users too came up freaking huge. I don't want to single anybody out, but you'll see their names in the lists. Some people donated big. I mean, Manadyne is the one that I will single out, but some other people came big.
Yeah, I donated a bunch of Reddit
Also-
coins that I got for free.
The portal. You donated the portal.
You donated the portal. I mean,
I donated like 300
wanna-
hours of my time.
I mean, here's
It
what
was
I will say.
amazing.
Here's how else I'll call them out big without naming anybody. IRC came up huge.
Yeah.
Anybody shitting on IRC came up freaking huge in these prizes. Just remember that.
Yep. Awesome. Any other parting thoughts? Any SMS? Any parting savagery?
No, I'm good, man. This has been
Okay. Okay.
Cathartic.
Yeah, I don't know. So I really don't know like what kind of thought you can put or cost you can put on the portal. Like, and
Oh,
I don't
God,
mean like the
yeah.
time it saved
I
us
can-
and any of that bullshit. But
Steven,
I'm saying
how much
like
time did it take?
the,
Steven,
the
how much time
coding
did it take you?
hours you put in the experience and whatever that work would command. I mean, how many thousands of dollars are we talking?
It's a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
like I've quoted
How many?
websites with
4,
I've
3?
I've quoted websites with less features for like 20 grand before. So, I mean, it's
Oh my goodness.
I was just gonna. I just opened up calculator and I put a $32,000 price tag on it. So
Oh my goodness. So there
Yeah.
you go, Steven.
Yeah,
You
this
won. How
was,
does that make you
really
feel?
something.
Thank
Most
you. Yes.
generous after he shit all over, Southern Witchcrafts and their software donation. Your software donation is the champion.
I'm a
Yeah,
software
just-
engineer myself. On a good week, if
SMS,
I
how do you feel about Steven's software donation versus Courtney's software donation?
I definitely prefer Steven because Courtney doesn't work on software. Don't even get me started on that. Don't even get me started on that. So anyway, I was just saying that I'm a software engineer myself, and on a good week, I make sure that there is one multiplication that was done wrong in the previous code is now fixed, and that's what I call it a good week. So compared to that, and I get paid a lot for that. And compared to that, what Steven did for free, I mean, it's. I know some of you guys who have done some coding will have some more appreciation, but I just feel it. Especially how I get worked up on incorrect formatting and inefficient tasks and everything. So this was just like the best thing the best thing anyone could have done for our Wetshaving. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean it in no small way.
Here's the closing thought for the podcast and for Lather Games is that this portal, if anybody doesn't doubt or doesn't understand, this portal made Lather Games sustainable.
Yes.
It
Yeah.
was
Yeah, it
completely,
For this year,
Whiskey
and into
and
the future.
SMS and I and kid around, but Lather Games as it was completely unsustainable. It
No,
was
I
it was
don't-
a freight
I
train.
don't kid around. I
running
was not
off.
coming back if it was
Yeah,
anything
it
like
was.
last year.
I'll tell you, Whiskey and SMS were done, and I was like, eh. And Stephen was like,
yeah, I
"Fuck you,
was
you're doing
definitely
it."
done without this portal.
And then I was like, "All right, I'm on." And Pooter, and I was like, "All right, I'm on board, but we got to figure something out." And then
this
Stephen
was
showed
godsend.
us a little of the portal, and Whiskey was like, "All right, I can do this." And I mean, SMS had no choice. But then we got some of the rolling judges, and they were like, "All right, cool." But I mean, this
Yeah, we
portal
got
made
lucky.
Lather Games completely sustainable for hopefully years to come. Without it, we had no effing, just with using the Reddit website, we were like, this is crazy.
Oh, yeah.
We can't
And-
do this.
Yeah, and Pyro's
Yeah,
work, I
this
mean, that
was-
helps a lot too.
Yes.
As sort of,
Py-
I don't want to
Pyro
call it a
started.
plugin, but yeah, what
Yeah.
he offers. I mean, we've got 50,000 in software here.
like everybody else sees Pyro stuff, right? So all the shavers and whoever uses try that soap, but I don't know. I don't want to say I feel bad. I just feel this tingling in my head that people won't really get to appreciate what Steven has done here. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I was worried
but
about
if you're
that from day
playing lather
one.
games
but-
and
I know you're worried. That's what I'm talking about.
if you're
like-
playing lather games, you're appreciating it.
Yeah.
How's
Yeah.
that? If you
Well,
want a
that's why
prize,
we
Has
They
to
suck
be
are,
on
but
the back
it's just
because
that
this wouldn't
even
have happened
new
without this
judges,
portal.
even the new judges, I don't think there's like 3 people who can really appreciate what Steven has done. honestly.
Well,
It's
you
like,
can only really
Yeah.
appreciate it if you've done it in the past, but I think every judge this year
Is-
understands.
kind of
They can visualize it, and it's like
right, kind of
Ah,
grabs.
they
it.
I
can't
know
fathom
what
it.
you
You guys
guys
read every
went
post
through
last year?
last
Yeah.
year.
Bob knows mostly what we went through.
yeah.
He
Bob
probably
knows
read the
kind of,
most
yes.
posts this year, but
Another important thing is that it is extremely good for the contestants, and I'll explain why. Because you see, last year we were, I mean, at the end of the day, we were kind of giving a almost random number. I mean, we had ideas that okay, Cosmo was the best, and this guy wasn't, and that guy wasn't,
it
but
was
still,
total
but-
intuition.
total intuition, like total impressions of the whole month. So definitely the last 5 days, I mean, we are human, right? Last 5 days had definitely more impact on our head than the first 5 days, for example. But this year, you get to, our judge gets to, judge a single day, like 9, 10, 11 shaves per day. And we get to just concentrate on those. So we don't have to remember what this guy has done in the beginning of the month or something like that. So this was extremely fair to the contestants as well. So
Yeah, I think that's what I'm most proud of is the
I mean, there's
fairness
just
that we were
only one
able to
bug
give
in
them.
Steven's website I can think of, which is that every day when I try to log in, it shows Django's name. So I have to select my name.
Yeah.
That's my only
Oh,
complaint.
should remember you. In closing, I think
When
we're gonna.
when I type my password and hit enter, it doesn't log me in. I have to
you have to
the
click the
Yeah,
login
yeah,
button.
I noticed that.
Oh,
That's the only-
sorry.
And I never
didn't-
said
didn't know.
anything.
Time.
If you had told me that, I would have changed it.
And
No, man. I mean,
It
you have
wasn't
to
like-
leave something for next year.
It's such a tiny
Yeah.
thing to bitch about. Like it's not
Oh,
even
yeah.
worth. Like
Yeah.
oh my goodness,
I never mentioned
gonna-
because I wanted to bitch about it.
it was.
That's going to do it for us this week / month / year for the official Reddit.com R Wetshaving 2021 podcast. It's been a blast putting this thing out for you guys every week, and we will absolutely see you in 2022. And until then, my friends, once more and forevermore, may the suds be ever in your favor. Jungilla, Wiry Guy, Babies of Pike, Sugar Daddy, Chef Kool-Aid, Purple Ombudsman, Dr. Rotor, R. Chewbacca, Papa Pork, Red Mosquito MM, Malthus the Shaver, Jim Tassicness, Sandman Zero, You Are Breaking Things, Chronosaur 420, Orbix, Harry Copite, Aries MSU, El Chairman Man, Nonsense of Sight, Scorpio 93X, Shaving NCT, Yellow Blueberry, Intertext Tonics, Pencil Neck Co., Swamp Foxer, Mr. Lamper 1, Tetris Side, Tim33Z, Chango Bat, Ice Block Forever, Choco Taco Kid, Impressive Donut 114, Mike Fights Bears, Krista Bombs, Eric Tate, J. Gray Bill, Rocket K455, Ramjet 615, Mr. One More Time, First Hand XP, Hivaswomi 79, A Laughing Matter, Infernal Internal, Scribe, Ray Mooney, Sleazy Sleaze, Leia W, Artie the Doe, Walden, The Bruhest Moments, Oswald Heist, Malbec Apologist, Chunky Owl, Degens from Upcountry, Pilgrim 32, Gen X Life, Metroid Slayer, Namzia, Brian C23, Wheezy Soul, Scarpucks, 3504867, Love My 07 Subi, CB26 CPA, I Am Xenoka, Smashed Window, Joe Boo's Rum, Alley 4451, Morid, Wythan, Gosu Taneko, Major Mincemeat, Taquitos or Goodies, Mad Flava 81, Sahenders, Pigeon Muffin, New to This, Sir Craves a Lot, The English, Grinder Monk, Jaywitz 23, Eliminator 23, Gino Pono, C Red 23, BZ Brewing, Swagadilla 2113, Obeard 1 Kenobi, Good Scotty, Depunkadelic, Bourbon in Exile, Crisp Mango, BS80, Stunnar, Colt 45s with Lando, Samaj 3000, Sky Warrior 21, DB Cooper, Your Friendly Pyro, Specialist Quiet 833, Misplaced Texan, Glink 48, Twyfa's Craft, Old Hiker, Gregor the Hobby Dude, Lendrith, Big Walleye, Spew Into This, Tiglath Pelisar, Mitosis Monkey, 5 Neat, Shave AS, Bia Tyler, Frankie Four Fingers, Prank Patty, UL Toronto, Maricus, Lloyd Christmas, Hen Nerd, Work Scraps, The Bigger Ounce, Fuck Chalzone, Mammoth Ben, Cowzilla 3, Commander Kim, Dimitri Polo, Cadenzor, Rugger Rigger, Beach Caber LBC, Hans, Oddjoyce 2, Zosum 1, Chicago Grooming Co., Andrew Palumbo, Noble Otter, Declaration Grooming, NDG, Cosmo Barber, Dylan M97, Sean P. Johns, Grown Man Shave, Holy Caw, IR Gerard, Sterling Soap, C. Bubbles, Relighted, Zingari Man, Boston Phototourist, Ironbeard Sis, Ryan Simeon, Benton Giacone, EH52, Marno183, Kenzie Cat, Mrs. R. Chewbacca, Chiseled Face, Itchy Pooter, Stephen J, Jeff and Piper 321, Wise One, Whiskey A, IMSMS, DeGanjo, Visceral Watch, Steelers Rock, 86, X Golden Jackal X, Tonality, Adore You, Wally Gator, 88,